Jerk! Let's go! Cam's a shit kicker, 2 bombs in the lead. Soul Dragon Cougar's no time for fatigue. And he's a shit talker, stirring up the show. Never played a shift, but he's ready to go.
The Cam and Strick Podcast is brought to you by Stifel, one of America's fastest growing wealth management and investment banking firms. Rooted in St. Louis, where success meets success. Welcome into the Cam and Strick Podcast presented by Stifel, where success meets success. Episode number
408. Yoink. Let's go. God dang it.
LFG.
Son of a gun.
You got it on your
Right
black,
off the gosh dang bat.
on your black jeans.
On my black jeans. Blacked out today, baby.
Woo!
My favorite color is black. God dang.
Is it always been your favorite color?
Yes.
I
God.
like that color too, but
Woo!
it's like a dark color. It's a very dark color.
Woo. Black.
It reminds
Man.
a lot of people of sadness,
Damn good. What? How dare?
like a rainy day. No, dude, like a rainy
How
day.
dare you say that?
Okay, you don't have to take it there.
You said it.
Back in the day,
You said it.
everything was in black and white.
It's my favorite color. I don't know. What's your favorite color? White?
No, probably
Honestly,
navy blue and black are
God.
my two favorites.
Oh, now it's black again. You need to find your own thing.
What do you mean?
Mine is black. You
know-
just made fun of black. You don't like black.
Mhm.
I do.
You know how-
So figure out a different color. No big deal.
It's
There's a
like,
ton of colors
you
in
were
a
saying-
rainbow.
You say it like you know how some people are like very religious. They follow religion. Like
Jesus.
Who?
Jesus. I invited him
You
into
think
my heart.
Yeah, so did I.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
When?
In church camp, dude. When I won the ping pong championship.
Fucking-
2
for
ages older.
fuck's sakes
2
with
ages
this
older.
Ping pong.
2
fucking
ages older, I
championship.
won the championship.
Holy
And
Jesus.
but like you think I like converted to Cam?
Oh God. You kind of.
Like it's
I
a
wa-
religion.
You kind of. It's all good.
Caminism.
I mean, goddamn, sucking you right in, baby. It's all good. No big deal.
No, so at church camp, I was in the ping pong championship 2 years older, and I honestly thought that, and I'm not even joking. You're gonna laugh when I say this, because then
You got no notes
No,
down, do
because
you?
I joined.
You got no
I
notes
joined
down, do you?
the swimming pool, the tournament on 4th of July. I won that tournament too,
Well, you're a winner.
and I thought that, and that was a couple age divisions up as well. I really thought that I wanted to compete.
You're an athlete.
I wanted to
dude.
compete.
You could have done anything you
Like,
wanted to
you
do.
can go to the Olympics in that.
You're like
dude.
Forrest Gump.
You can go to the Olympics in that. Forrest Gump. That
Good
was
for you.
That was an answer on a ESPN Jeopardy.
Damn good movie back in
question.
1995.
What sport did they play in Forrest Gump? And somebody got it right. Dude, I want to go on that show so bad. I've been reaching out to Joe Buck, seeing if I can get
Sports
on there.
one.
On the ESPN Sports Jeopardy. I could do regular Jeopardy.
You would be terrible at regular
No, I'm
Jeopardy.
not.
No, you would,
You'd be
dude. You don't know
shocked,
it.
dude.
You don't even know
No,
like the
there's
capitals. You don't know history.
There's certain
You don't know
categories.
politics.
Pull some
You
questions
don't
up.
know shit,
Pull
dude.
some Jeopardy
No,
questions
we're not
up.
doing that. We're not having
you don't-
an Andy Jeopardy day today. You got no notes down.
Dude.
You got no notes down. Andy's trying to figure. I read things all day like Cam does. No, you don't. You know sports here and there. You certainly know hockey, but that's it. That is it. I've been doing this with you for 7
All right, well,
years.
Sports Jeopardy, dude.
every single Monday.
I'm literally-
and you can't keep up.
I'm literally cleaning
You
house.
can't keep up.
I'm cleaning house in
God
Sports
dang.
Jeopardy.
Son of a gun. Man, there were storms last night. Whoa!
Yeah, they sounded pretty bad.
Hardcore storms. And Guns N' Roses was in town in St. Louis, man, and they got stormed out.
They did?
Yes.
They always have something happen when Guns N'
Remember?
Roses comes here.
92.
You wouldn't know about that.
92, Axl Rose was on stage at Riverport, and a guy I know who followed me around with my radio show, started
What do you mean? You weren't doing radio back then.
A guy I know was there in 1992. He was filming and taking pictures of Axl Rose on stage.
With like a camcorder, right?
Axl fucking saw it and goes, "Get this guy out of here!" And then all of a sudden he freaks out, yells at the bouncers, throws the fucking mic down, bounces out.
No.
He jumps in the
jumped in this crowd
and hit the guy who I know. And the guy,
with big ass boots
the
on.
guy fucking sued the shit out of him.
What did he
and
get?
now he's $1 million. A couple million, maybe. Now he's driving around. He's in a biker club. He's got a huge Harley. Doesn't work anymore. He just plays in a band because Axl Rose jumped off stage and fucking smacked him.
And I don't think they played in St. Louis since then.
No, I don't think so either.
Which is crazy. There was a documentary on this.
It's
you
crazy.
should look it up on YouTube.
And then everybody started pulling up the seats, throwing it on stage.
Oh, riot. Full-on riot.
Just riot. And rightfully so,
And it
man.
was a monster, like major national story.
Huge. When that was 92 and they were gigantic. Axl didn't sound great last night, I heard.
Well, that's what happens. Like, don't hold it against him. Like, do you think, like, you think if Wayne Gretzky went and played in an NHL game right now, he would play as good as he did back in the 80s?
No. But your voice changes.
Nobody's as good as you were back in your prime.
Your voice
the way
changes.
it goes.
He sounded a little rough here and there. Not as bad as John Bon Jovi and stuff like that. Listen, when your voice goes out, and there's some bands, their voice, like Mick Jagger still sounds pretty good. And he's like 140 years old.
Okay, and you know who else does? Is Aerosmith.
Oh, yeah.
But
he went through
I think
shit.
he's had some surgeries and stuff on his vocals.
You know, John Fogerty still sounds great. Some of these country stars can go on because they're not screaming. Axl Rose screams. It's hard on your voice. These metal guys, man, their voice changes. And a lot of them smoke darts, dude.
I know. So,
it's really weird.
You know, when I was hosting the NHL All-Star Game red carpet when it was here and introducing everybody, and I lost my voice that night, dude, and I've never been able to get it back. Like if I can't sing, and that's when COVID came out like 2 weeks later, and I think that was the beginning of my COVID.
The reason why Andy lost his voice because Andy wouldn't say no to any interview when he had COVID, and we have tape of it. He's like, it's a match made in heaven. He couldn't even talk, but yet he wouldn't say no to any interview because he likes to talk, you know? And so you should have not done that. That probably set you back fucking years because you had COVID.
God, dude. So I can't get those
Stay in your bed
high
and
pitches.
drink fucking water.
I can't get those high and bone broth, really.
Bone broth is damn good for you. Damn good. I get those little cans of bone broth.
And you know what else, dude? Tom Yum soup.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
That is the healing.
That's
the healing power of Tom Yum soup.
Kim Jong soup.
So no, Tom Yum. So Tom Yum soup is so good, by the way.
I'm starving already.
I am too, man.
Well, you haven't eaten in
I brought these for my end of
28 hours.
When I break my fast, man. These are the strawberry smash cake bars from First Phone.
Yeah, so big storms last night.
Let me ask you this. So, because I was bringing this up to somebody. It's funny you bring that up. So, Axl Rose jumps in the crowd. So you're saying the guy got whatever low
Millions,
seven figures, maybe a million or two, which back in 1992 was
pretty good. You invest that right, you're pretty good.
Equivalent of like 8 million now or something. 10 million.
I don't
7
think
million,
that much.
6 million.
Probably like 4
or 5 million.
But whatever.
Okay, so this guy, one of the grandpas of the kid on Ty's team, brought back a coffee that he got, I think at the rink, and he was like, "Oh, this coffee is so hot," and I was like, "You should pour it on yourself and then sue and get $1 million like that guy did from McDonald's."
The girl is an old lady.
It was,
but that lady was right in that whole thing.
She was,
yes.
Because the temperature of the coffee was hotter,
and they didn't have the thing on.
Right now,
we
they
went
do.
Through that.
So, what would you be willing
to do to sue somebody?
Yes,
nothing.
To get
I don't play that.
To get a payday.
This is how Andy thinks, by the way. Just so you know, he doesn't want to work. He wants to sue somebody. That is, dude. Maddie, don't edit that out. Seriously, don't.
That's not true.
That is Andy
why
in a nutshell.
Dude,
because you said it.
No, but that's
you say things.
Your radio co-host was like that.
No. You say things, and I critique you, and then you're like, "Well, why are you critiquing me?" Because you said it. You want to find a way to sue somebody.
Wasn't your radio co-host? Didn't he sued a lot of people? I think.
Which one?
Oh my God, dude! You don't have to call him out by name.
Oh.
He was like kind of sue happy. Some people are sue happy. They just say, I've never filed a lawsuit.
No, I'll say it is Jim the Cat Hayes because his neighbor in Ladue built this monstrosity of a wall right next to their fucking thing, and it looked terrible.
But I think he may have sued other people.
And he lost money on that.
Sued other people too.
He lost money on that. Yeah. He just wanted to get that thing down.
But I understand. Sometimes you have to. You have to file.
Sure, but I don't think about it, dude. If it happens, it happens. You know,
what would you be willing to do?
Nothing. If it happens,
would you be willing to take like
a
bottle in the back of your head if somebody smashed you in the back of the head or something like that?
No, I need my. I don't need to get hit again.
I can't have that.
You'd be fucked up,
dude.
You'd be fucked up. They'd kill you.
I wouldn't want that.
It'd kill your fucking little
dude,
head.
What's up with all these people like fighting at sporting events? Like, how does that happen?
They're drunk and dumb. This has been happening for years, dude. You don't think there's fights with Blues and Blackhawks games in the early 90s? I remember going with my dad, and my dad would get in fucking fights. And I'm like,
Yeah, that's
Jesus.
true.
My mom's
That's
like,
true.
Denny, stop.
That's true.
My dad would have road rage, pull over,
Mhm.
see that the kid was younger, and be like, fucking no. Okay. And my mom would be yelling
Your
at him.
dad would have road rage?
Oh, yeah.
Do you get road rage?
No. I
Either
drive
do I.
30 miles an hour, and I don't give a fuck. And I just do. I can see people getting road
You know
rage
who
around
does?
you,
You know who does?
the way you drive.
You know who does?
Who?
Laurie.
Oh, God.
Like, I'll be talking to her,
Tell her
and
to
she'll be like,
calm down.
we're talking on the phone, like, total calm conversation, and all of a sudden I hear her horn. I'm like,
Tell
is
her
that
to-
you or someone honking at you? She's like, they won't get over. I'm like, stop doing that. Yeah, you just
She
never know
needs
who
to
you're doing it
Calm
to.
down with that. You don't know who the fuck
You
you're
don't
honking
know.
at. Dude.
Oh my God. And some people, that'll
you don't
trigger them.
know who you're honking
They
at.
get honked at, that'll trigger
They'll follow
trigger them.
her.
I know.
They'll follow her.
Have you
don't do
ever-
that.
It's funny because I said,
You'll leave early. That's why I don't have road rage. You know why? Because I leave early. I
No.
leave early.
I don't have road rage because
I leave early, so
calm.
I'm not in a rush. It's when you're in a rush because you leave early. You don't leave early. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, but I'm calm. I just don't get mad. I
Like,
can't,
you don't even notice anything because your head's down.
I'm texting.
You're texting the whole damn time. So,
Okay, let me ask you this. Have you ever, I've called the police, like the private, like non-emergency line a couple times. Have you ever called 911?
God, yeah.
You have? For what?
Back in the day, my brother and when we lived out yonder, my brother was running in our backyard, and there was tree stumps, and he fell, and he hit his fucking leg on a stump, and it cut him open so bad.
Oh, my
you can
God.
lift it up and see his
Ow!
fucking bone. And we called 911, had to come down. We had to call 911 because he got bit by a copperhead in his ass way out in the middle of the woods. 911 took 45 minutes to get there. He's fucking choking on himself.
Dude,
Horrible.
a buddy of mine
Who
got
else?
stung by a bee, and his ankle swelled up the size of a fucking tree stump. And we had to carry him to the car and go to the hospital, but we
Stung
didn't
by
call
a bee.
911.
Copperhead in the ass, stung by a bee.
Dude,
Come on now.
I know a kid whose dad
He
died.
like thinks it's Macaulay Culkin back in the.
I know a kid whose dad died after he got stung by a bee.
Well, he's probably allergic to it.
Well, yeah, that's why his foot blew up also.
Well, those hornets will get you too, man. So you get 50 bees
that is
stinging
not
you.
a small deal.
You
No,
get
you
stung
act-
by a fucking bee. Come on. You're okay.
When
Andy
my
calls 911 because you got stung by a bee.
we got a call one time from my daughter's preschool because they were outside playing one time, and like the entire school got attacked by bees.
Who else?
There
What-
was like millions of bees that came in and swarmed all these
that'll get
kids,
you.
dude.
That'll get
and
you.
the ambulance had to come for that.
911, man. I've called it.
You ever called it? Like that doesn't count. I'm asking like
my
if
parents called 911
On
when
who?
I went through some things.
they did. Okay, but my question, we're
So you asked me the question,
No, no,
and
no,
then
no.
now
Yeah.
I went through like the most horrific time of my life, and then we have to skip that part.
okay, let me explain.
And then he's going to talk about his buddy getting stung by a bee.
Let me
Like that's where like this is where Andy like it's unbelievable.
Okay, let me explain what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, did you ever have to call 911 because like
A
somebody was
robber?
breaking in your house, somebody was carjacking you, somebody was holding you at gunpoint, somebody was holding somebody else at gunpoint?
Nah.
Okay, well was the question.
Yeah, I said no.
Okay.
You know, you changed the question up. You asked 911. I told you. You know what I mean?
Not
But
only
it's a good
changing it
thing
up.
that it's a good thing to not call 911.
Can I give a shout out?
Yeah, I got to give a couple shout outs too. Go ahead.
Okay. You want to go first? You want me to go?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Just get it done.
Okay.
Get it done.
This is brought to you by the Chevy Powerhouse.
Yeah, baby.
Jim Butler Chevrolet. We're going out there today.
Yeah, we are. Is that the shout out?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well,
What's up, then?
it's not just the shout out, but
How many shout outs you
I
got?
was gonna give
15?
Patty Maroon a shout out.
Yeah.
Although he was our feature last week for the Chevy Powerhouse, so maybe we'll find somebody else again. But like, hey, it's back-to-back weeks for Patty Maroon. He goes into the St. Louis Amateur Hockey Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Always a great event. But I really got to give a shout out to Alexander Steen and Jim Montgomery for showing up.
Yeah, they were there.
And I know they both know Patty personally. Monty coached Patty in Boston. They probably knew each other long before then.
Steiner won a cup with them.
Steiner won a cup with them, obviously a teammate. So you had a lot of former Blues players that were there, a lot of NHL alumni that were there.
A lot of guys.
And for these guys to show up, because, let's face it. I mean, listen, they want to be there, but there's a lot going on that night. There's a lot of people. They got to shake hands. They got to talk to people. They got to hear speeches from people that they don't know. And
yeah.
it's probably not, there's probably other places they could be or that they would want to be. And whenever you have the head coach and the general manager of the NHL team in town going to the St. Louis Hockey Hall of Fame ceremony, There's something to be said for that. Now, Army's been there in the past. You had Bernie Federico, who's a Hall of Famer.
Peter Stastny.
Peter Stastny, who's a Hall of Famer. Paul Stastny was there too. There's so many great hockey royalty who came out to support this event. So I want to give everybody,
Scotty Rupp a shout out.
Scotty Rupp a shout out.
Who runs the show
I
there.
want to give everybody a shout out for coming out and supporting the St. Louis Amateur Hockey Hall of Fame. There's something to be said for that. We have a great history when it comes to hockey here in St. Louis. It's only building and getting better and better by the year. And to have I would bet you the GM and the head coach in most cities, if they even have a local hockey hall of fame, they're not showing up and going.
Well, if you go to that event and you see all the jerseys lined up, starting with mine.
Is your jersey the first one?
Who
no,
would it be
do
yours?
They do it alphabetical order.
No. They do who made it.
Is my Parkway North jersey up there?
They line it up who made it first, and mine's first, which is okay. Andy's isn't up there yet. He's waiting for it to get up there. But there's a shit ton of them.
Yeah.
And it goes on and on and on, and it's getting longer and longer and longer.
Longer and longer.
Shit, they might have to have 2 goddamn convention centers with all the jerseys. Not going to be able to fit it soon. It's pretty damn cool. Mm-hmm. St. Louis is a hotbed, man. It is what it is. There's a shit ton of good players that come out of here. A ton of them.
Yeah.
A ton.
And so Patty didn't, as he told us in our podcast last week, he was not going to write a speech. He stayed true to that. He didn't write his speech, but he gave it from the heart, and it was very good. I don't think you wrote a speech either.
I had bullet points down. I always had bullet points down. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. You know, I cruised through mine.
He kind of pulled like a Michael Jordan Hall of Fame
Start
speech.
crying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Remember Michael Jordan when he went into the Hall of Fame?
Called a couple cats out?
Called some dudes out.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're Michael Jordan. I don't know. Did you really have to do that? He took some heat for it. But Patty didn't really call anybody out, but he did say,
not
hey,
by name.
There's some people in this room that didn't believe in me, and look at me now. So, like, you know.
Yeah, I get it. I get that. But listen, Patty, like, you were different back then, man. Like, you figured it out later. You know what I mean? Like, you weren't in the gym every day. You know, you were overweight. And you know what? Remember if you guys listened to the last pod, Patty talked about, hey, coaches tell me to put down the Coke. And I go, ooh, change that. And he did. He said, put down the soda. Like,
I told all the hockey dads that story. They were like, what? The Coke? I'm like, soda.
Soda. We're not in Wisconsin. Soda.
What do you mean Wisconsin?
Well, up north, you say Coke for everything, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They say pop in Buffalo where I'm from.
But sometimes you say Coke or wherever you're at, whatever region.
So in my house, it was pop because everywhere was from Buffalo.
In Missouri, if you say Coke, you're thinking of that fucking yayo. So I go, don't say that in your speech. Just say soda.
Oh, you told him that?
In the fucking podcast. Were you not paying? You're on your phone.
No.
You're on your phone.
I just remember when he said that we were laughing because, you know, you're like, what? You put down the what?
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, the soda.
Soda. You say soda, not Coke. Because people be like, Jesus, you're fucking
And
Coke
listen,
out.
you know, so Patty Maroon said that on our podcast. And I know what he was saying, but he also said he was 14 at that time, right? Something like that. And that's when Jeff Brown said, hey, you made the team. You're going to play defense, but you got to put the code. And I think maybe Al McInnes was in there and Kelly Chase. Maybe that's who he was meeting with at the time. But regardless, like I will say in today's game, in today's climate with like AAA hockey, like if you're 14 and you're drinking soda all the time and you're not putting good food into your body,
Ooh, boy,
man, like,
you're setting yourself back.
the coach may call you out now, too. I think they would 100%.
14?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. It's one more year and you're playing juniors.
My
man.
kid is 10, dude, and he's a big kid. But
He doesn't drink soda.
He's never had soda. He's never had fast
even
food.
have
he
that
had
around
fast
him.
food. He's had like Chick-fil-A and stuff like that. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, that's okay.
But and it's been a while, but he has never had McDonald's, except one time another family brought him home from hockey practice and they stopped at McDonald's.
Whatever.
And he's like, this was so good. It was amazing.
It's addicting.
It's like crack cocaine.
It's like Coke.
But
Yeah.
I do think, I always like to look at those Instagram videos of these doctors. Like you name foods and they tell you of like where they rank on his list of what kids should have. And there's so many foods that kids eat on a daily basis that they should never even be putting in their body.
But it also goes like this too. Remember, everybody's like brown rice, and then all of a sudden they're like, that's
well,
white
now
rice.
it's the big craze now is like
Peptides?
meat.
Oh, yeah.
And protein. You know,
Yeah, meat's
for a
like
while
number
it was
one.
like plant based.
It changes, dude, because
Yeah.
science changes and technology changes, and you fucking figure different things out. But if you stay away from the obvious stuff, and you're going to be okay, then you could tweak it here and there. But it's good that your kids know how to eat healthy. I remember being in Windsor.
But that doesn't mean they love it all the time.
Of course
doesn't
not.
Mean they love
No,
eating.
I don't like eating healthy all the time. Hold on,
he fights me with eating eggs every morning, dude.
He's got to eat eggs. That's like number one.
He's so sick of it.
Doesn't matter. Shove it down your fucking
So
throat.
now I'm adding
Who
hot
cares?
sauce to it and stuff like that.
Yeah, or
You know
like
what I
some
mean?
stuff.
Yeah.
But I remember living in Windsor, and then even living way out there, man. And like, I'd go to my neighbor's house. They would eat junk all day long. Nastiest junk shit all day. And the kids were fat and they'd get this like sugar high and then all of a sudden be like passed out on the couch at 9 o'clock in the afternoon or in the morning. Like it's just, it wears you out so much, but you get used to it because it's cheap. Shit food is cheap.
Yeah.
It's just that simple, man. So it's an easy way. Let's go to McDonald's. Let's go here.
Supersize it, baby.
Remember back in the 90s, the fucking fries and the Coke was this big?
Oh, my God.
The cocaine was
Did you ever go to 7-Eleven as a kid all the time and get like a double gulp?
Yeah,
Get Slurpees and shit?
Yeah. But my parents, I didn't drink.
I used to eat Slurpees like crazy.
They didn't
Drink
have soda.
Slurpees.
I didn't have soda.
Oh, we did.
I was stealing my dad's beer at a young age, which is not
my
good.
God.
No wonder I'm where
Cam
I'm
still
at.
takes. I called Cam last week because it's an important call. It's a business meeting. I need to get in touch with him. This guy naps more than like a 6-month-old
I get up
baby.
at 4:30, like a
It's
fucking
10
psycho.
o'clock. He calls me back at 10:30 in the morning. He's like, "Sorry, I just took a nap."
Yeah,
I'm like, "You took a nap? It's 10:30 in the morning.
I
What
got up
time
at
was your nap?"
I got up at
That's what
4:30.
babies do. They have a morning nap.
I
Did
got
you
up
get your
before-
morning nap?
No, not today. But at 4:30,
Oh
I get
my
up at
God.
4:30. I do my workout and I fucking chill and I have my breakfast and I read and I do my stuff and all of a sudden I take a 30-minute
time's
cat
nap time?
10.
You can't.
Sometimes
Keep it going,
It just
dude.
depends on what I'm doing.
Just
You know.
stay awake, man.
You know, I golf in the morning early and I come back and I'll take a nap.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah.
I like naps, dude.
He's a golfer.
I golf a lot. And I'm terrible still. It's so bad. I'm golfing with some important people coming up here and it's going to be embarrassing again, but whatever. It's all good.
Well-
It's my favorite sport.
Is it?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
You like? Are you starting to get addicted to it?
Fucking love it, dude. I'll watch
Really?
it. There's the BMW Classic going on all
I
week.
know. You want to come with me? I got
No, I don't
10
wanna- listen.
I got 10 tickets,
I don't care.
and it's
I
all you
don't-
can eat, all you can drink.
I can eat all I want at my house.
It's air conditioned.
I can eat all I want at my
Air
house.
conditioned.
I don't want to be around people. I don't want to watch
It's
it.
fun, dude. We'll have fun.
Cool. I don't want to watch it live. Just like Kate gets her mom and dad Kansas City Chiefs tickets every year to go to KC. And she's like, "Cam, can you come?" I go, "No." There's one thing I don't do. Anytime they invite me, I go to dinner with them. I go to every event. I don't want to
You
drive.
had lunch with them last week.
Lunch with them last week. I do not want to go all the way to Kansas City, wait in line to get in, parking out the fucking
Freezing
wazoo,
cold.
whatever, the fucking freezing. I don't like watching football live, and I don't like watching golf live, but I love watching it on TV.
Can I call a timeout?
No.
Because we're gonna
No,
go
you
to the
can't.
tent. It's air conditioned. All you can eat.
Yeah,
all you can drink.
I don't care.
No one watches the golf. You can't. Even, you're like on like the 13th hole or whatever. So
I
they
just
come
don't-
through.
I'm not into
You're
it.
not watching it. I'm not watching.
You got to
it.
park and get a shuttle from like St.
I
Charles
have
Convention Center.
parking. What do you think this is? You don't think I have parking?
Oh, Andy's got everything.
Jesus.
I don't care. I'm not going. I'd rather golf than watch it. Or I'll just sit in my house and watch it.
So
I love
the
watching
last
on
time
TV.
I did this, I went to the PGA Championship at Belle Reve.
Yeah,
And it
well,
was so much
Tiger.
fun, man.
Oh, 2018?
This was whatever year that
Yeah,
was.
Tiger was here.
Yeah, before the Blues won the cup,
Yep.
man.
Yep. Yeah, and then I remember Army being at one of those events, chilling after he got Ryan O'Reilly and all these signings.
That was 2019.
Yeah, and he was just chilling in the
18,
thing.
19.
Like fucking, he loves it. That's his course too. Belle Reve's beautiful,
Mhm.
but I love playing it. And I love watching it on TV, but I don't like going to football games
Well,
or.
dude,
or
I'm with
golf.
you. I mean,
don't like
football is
it.
not.
It's so boring.
I think
live.
a playoff game would be fun, or Super Bowl or something.
I don't want to be around the people that we just talked about fighting all the time. All I do is see people fighting all the time.
Well,
Like,
that's
good. Get
my
the
God.
fuck away from me. Get away from me. You know,
I know.
like I can only handle so much.
What do you think of grown men who wear jerseys, like football jerseys? I think hockey jersey is different. I feel like at a hockey game, it's kind of like what you do. You put the jersey on. Football, when they're not at the game and they're just, it's like
They're
part
just
of their
big
day.
fans.
I know that. I'm asking your question.
Yeah.
What's your take on it?
Didn't bother
What about
me.
women
What about them?
that wear jerseys?
I don't. mind
Okay. No problem with that.
that. Not at all.
Yeah, and after the show,
I just.
after the show, Cam will be like,
No, I won't. That's you who would do that. I'll be dead, I'm actually dead serious on here, where you'll fake it.
It's just it's a fair question.
What, that people wear jerseys doesn't bother me.
Okay.
I don't know.
Grown men and women.
It doesn't bother me. I don't know. Do you act like a fucking fool? That bothers me.
I'm excluding
Right?
I'm excluding hockey jerseys.
Well, what's the difference?
Because no one wears a hockey jersey on just going out to a bar usually. They wear it to a game. I think you're going to a game. I think it's
I see
totally
people with
acceptable.
jerseys on at Ballpark Village all the time when they're watching games.
That's going to a game, basically.
No. When they're away and they have those little fucking
That's
things.
essentially going to a game. You're going to watch the game. So it's an event.
So what are you saying?
Like if you're just going out to the bar that night and not watching
Who
a
the
game.
hell does that?
Oh, dude, I see the football jerseys all the time.
Again,
Especially out where you live, boy. You'll see them all the time.
St. Albans. I don't think so. It just don't act a fool.
Okay.
You know, and I'm not going to go.
But
to
I
that
see
golf thing.
women fighting men at some of these football
Well,
games.
the women
also.
started a lot. They won't shut the fuck up, and all of a sudden,
Could you imagine having a girl like that?
dude, I dated a girl one time, and she was so sweet, and all of a sudden she starts drinking, and she's fucking Snooki from Jersey, and she was from Jersey. I go, whoa.
She's fighting.
I just left her.
That's unattractive.
Left her at
to
the
me,
bar.
dude.
Left her at the
I
bar.
don't want
Left her at the bar.
my woman fighting.
Fighting? Hell no. Fighting? It's my job. Get the fuck out of here. It's usually the woman like, I'm going to kick your ass. No, you're not. And it's so weird. Like, anytime there's a brawl, a woman always goes up like, I'm going to break this. Get the fuck away from it.
Did
Get
you
away
see
from it.
the video of that man being attacked in the face by an octopus?
Yeah, I did. That was scary,
I
man.
sent it to you.
Yeah, I
So
saw that before.
What
you
is
sent it to me.
what is the octopus doing? Is it sucking your face off?
No, it's just
Is it
clamped
sticky?
on. It's just clamped on.
They have what is it that's forcing it
They
to
got
like suction
suckers,
cup?
man. They got suction cups. That's how they kill their food.
So how was he was like beating it with a
I
stick,
know,
dude.
I know.
That was a big octopus too.
No, it wasn't. Small. Octopuses get as big as this fucking room, dude.
Well, it was covering his whole face.
Yeah, that's not big. I'll eat that fucking thing in one meal.
Do you eat a lot of octopus?
Love it.
Really?
I love squid and octopus.
What's the difference?
Good question.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know. I think squid's, I don't know. No, there's giant squid. There's giant octopus. It might be a little bit different, but
so
I don't
if
know.
You
That's a
beat
good
the
question.
octopus with a stick.
Don't know. Don't know, Andy. You're asking me questions that are out of my element. See, I don't act like I know this shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's going to survive. He'll probably have some
You told
suction
me it
cups
could
all
have
over him.
killed him. I don't think it was that.
I said that?
You were like, dude, he's lucky to survive or something like that.
Let's look and see what I said. No. See, this is where you get off track just to show that this is where you get off fucking track.
I think
I will bet you $1 million.
I think you said
No.
something like,
I will bet
he's
you
very lucky.
Here,
He
this is
could
where
have
you're-
died.
Let me get through all the
He
people that Andy
almost-
chirped, and then I'll get to there.
my
Let me get through all the people that
Dude.
Andy's been chirping. I go, oh my God, you
I'm not-
text me a lot.
Oh my!
Oh my
dude,
God, you
I'm not
text me a
chirping
lot.
Anybody?
Oh no, not at all. Okay.
I'm not chirping.
I go, hey, let's see. Like, I don't know. I said, he'll be fine. I said, he'll be fine. I mean, come on. God. How's your memory?
There's no
You get a
chirp.
bottle
I
in
don't
the back of the
see
head?
any chirp.
You get a bottle? Oh, you don't see.
No,
Okay.
I don't see any of that.
Let's see here. But I don't fucking know. I did not say anything, though. I'm like, nah, he'd be fine. He might not be. Actually, I don't know, to be honest with you. It's not a good
you
thing.
Said,
What?
I think you said he's lucky to survive. He could have died doing that.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, I think
you want to bet?
I think that's what
How many you want?
I just saw it.
Show me. Show me real
Well,
quick.
now I got to scroll through
No,
it again.
show me real quick.
You were like, that is very scary.
Okay, that's scary, but he's going to be okay.
Yeah, something like that.
But although I don't know. I don't know.
So what's happening? Is he getting poisoned?
I don't think they have poison. The jellyfish is scarier
Dude,
than
that
octopus.
is one of the scariest things that could ever happen. Could you imagine if an octopus?
It's not the scariest thing
It's
at all.
one of the
Not
scariest
even close.
things. What's
A fucking bear attack. A jellyfish will kill you before a goddamn octopus will. A shark will bite you in your ankle and fucking bleed to death. Just like that. Boom. You know what I mean? Like, that stuff is scary.
a whale will eat you.
A snake will bite you in the middle of the woods, and now you have no anti-venom.
Okay.
And you're stuck out there when you're
And
walking.
bees.
And bees, you hit a hornet, they'll fucking get you.
Dude.
Like, there's octopus. Like, come on.
Well, that's pretty scary, dude. I put that in the
It looks scary. I think he'll be okay. You know what I mean? Jesus.
I don't know, man.
That is way down the list, homie. Way down the list. A dog fucking, you have a better chance of dog killing you.
You ever been attacked by a dog?
Yes.
Same here.
Beat the fuck out of it. And I am an animal-loving son of a gun.
It was.
And it was a Great Dane.
Oh, I had a pit
And
bull.
it bit me in my eye. I'll fuck you up.
I had a pit bull,
You would have been dead.
and he.
You would have been dead.
And if I didn't have a big, thick winter coat on outside, because this is a January or December 31st, New Year's Eve of Y2K.
If I
Going into Y2K 2000. So I had a big winter coat. We're at this amazing ranch in the middle of Arkansas, dude. It was beautiful in the middle of the woods. Tons of snow. It was freezing cold. People hunting early in the morning. You can hear the wildlife in the morning. It's just beautiful, beautiful, very peaceful. And
trust me, I live it every day.
and everyone brought their dogs. Okay, and no, this is like you couldn't see a house in sight, dude. This is like
I know.
pristine beauty.
I know.
And one of my buddies had two pit bulls, And everyone brings their dogs, and it's like, dude, the dogs don't always get along with these pits, dude. And
Such
it's
a
like
bad recipe.
I know. And I had this big white German Shepherd. She was fucking tough, but this dog attacks my arm, and I've got this big winter coat on, and it locks on, dude. And I couldn't get it off. And my dog's attacking its back. Then the other dog's trying to attack my dog, they're like beating it with a baseball bat, dude, trying to get it off my arm. And luckily, this big winter coat, it like saved me from losing an arm. Probably it could have been that bad. And I still had puncture wounds and everything.
Oh yeah, you're probably still dealing with
No,
it. Is that why you didn't make the show?
No, but I have numbness in my arm still.
Look, if I was in a ring to fight to the death with a dog,
I don't think you'd survive.
I would break its leg so fast, dude. I'd just break its fucking leg, and then what are you gonna do? Now boot it in its head so fucking fast.
Do you think what Mike Vick did is the worst thing?
No, it's not the worst thing, but it's god awful.
Mm-hmm.
It's god awful, and he got torn up for that big time.
Mm-hmm.
There's guys beating the fuck out of their wives, literally beating the shit out of their wives, and nothing really happens. And this guy has a dog ring, which is and I'm an animal loving son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
That was bad, and he got rocked for that for a long time. So he did his. He fucking went.
He lost $100 million deal.
He paid the price for that, and rightfully so.
He signed another $100 million deal.
Yeah, because he did. But he went through the process, dude, and
I think he became a pretty good person too. I see
I-
all his interviews. He's very likable.
I like him. He stays out of the bullshit. He doesn't virtue signal. He doesn't do any of that. He's cool as fuck, and he was an unbelievable player. But he fucked up, and that's such a Hoosier gangster nasty thing to do. A dog ring, and you treat these dogs. You electrocute these dogs and stuff like that. Fuck you.
It's Hoosier gangster.
It's Hoosier nasty gangster. But there's guys literally beating the fuck out of their wives.
Mm.
Fucking doing all kinds of crazy shit. Going 100 miles an hour with guns in the car. Causing accidents and running off the fucking freeway like dipshit fucking, what's his name? Rashid Rice did. And then Travis Kelce wears free rice.
Oh
like,
my
you
God.
stupid
and
ass.
Andy Reid the other
That's
day
another
was
reason
talking
why-
about how good he looks running around. And
That's another reason why the Chiefs, like, I like Patrick Mahomes, like Kelce, like,
He's
whatever.
cool.
Those guys are annoying.
I even like
Jason Kelce's annoying.
Patrick Mahomes' wife nowadays, Brittany.
She's been a ton better. Do you remember we used to
Well,
bash
she
them?
doesn't hang out with Jackson anymore.
Well,
That's
she's
part of
not
it.
doing crazy TikTok stuff and like filming,
No, she just
Patrick and
became
stuff.
famous and like got money, and she's like, I don't need.
She's
to,
chilled
I don't
out.
Need to
She was dumping
ask
water
for
on
attention.
fans and stuff for a while there. Jackson was molesting women.
No, he was doing TikToks.
You know, TikToks on like the dead people, like who's like their fucking. They had their number on the field.
Oh
and
my
he's doing,
God! Remember that?
Yeah,
they
I
were
do.
honoring somebody on the field.
Then he forced
So,
that woman to kiss
One
him.
time, I went over to David Backus's house, and he's an animal lover.
Yeah,
he had
yeah.
like a one-eyed cat.
I know, he wanted to try to give it to me.
Three-legged dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just got he's got healthy dogs. He's got handicapped dogs. He's got every type of animal going on. And in his wine cellar, he had a bottle of wine with the face of every dog that was killed in the Michael Vick dog ring.
Oh Jesus!
With the
How many-
name
how
and the
many were there?
face. I mean, there was
Tons,
there
probably.
was lots of wine in there. And so I was like, we should open one, but I don't really want to
kinda
drink
don't-
it.
I don't want to
I
drink
was
that.
like, I don't know if I want to drink that wine that's in there.
I kind
It's
of
like
agree
the dog's
with that.
blood or something.
Oh God, I don't want
But-
to look at it.
But would you want to have that collection in your
No, not
house?
really. Not really. I don't want to see those poor things, man.
I know.
And even when I'm on like Twitter, like for you on Twitter, if there's a
For
dog,
you.
if there's a dog getting beaten or something, I'm like, I don't care if a guy gets beat up. I'll probably watch that. But a fucking dog, I'm like, oh God, can't do it. Or
Cam's
a cat
talking
or
about
something.
like all these middle-aged middle school kids that are like having like relationships with their teachers and stuff like that. And so somebody messaged me and like, why is all that always showing up in Cam's algorithm? I'm like, I don't know.
Because I look at Twitter all day.
Yeah.
I see everything. It's not just that.
Do you know I hear from more people?
And it turns me on kind of.
Oh Jesus. What the teachers?
That was my dream when
Yeah.
I was young.
Dude, I had never had a good-looking teacher. My
near-
teachers were old.
Mine weren't good looking either, but I didn't
and
care.
very overweight.
I didn't care.
With like long, like arm
Yeah,
stuff.
it happens.
Okay, Jesus. I hate to say it. Now I just can we take that out?
No, that you gotta pay the piper
Oh
sometimes. on what
my
you say.
God! I'm just saying.
You gotta pay the piper.
Okay,
You know,
it was Mrs. Roberts back in the day. Dude.
Sometimes I didn't give a fuck if she was ugly. Like I was.
You're
turning
not,
into
not
a man.
my teachers, dude.
Andy was never horny. I was when I was in like 6th grade, 5th grade.
Dude,
God.
in middle school, you're horny nonstop. It doesn't stop.
I was in love with every single.
Wearing Umbro shorts.
Oh my God, that was my fantasy. Although I'd have no idea what to do. Man, oh man, I I'm gonna give a little birthday shout out to my boy Eric Bolton. 50 years old, baby.
Get
That son
outta
of a
here.
bitch. He's 50. Fuck, he played a long
Does
time.
50 sound old to you?
Yeah.
It does?
Mm-hmm.
You think that's like an old age?
I think I'm old. 42 is old for
You
me.
think that's old?
Compared to, I thought when I turned 22, I was getting old.
Mm-hmm.
Because after like 21, you're just like, every other birthday sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just getting older. Especially when you're playing pro hockey. You're like, ooh, I'm 25 now. Like, ooh, now I'm 27. Now I'm getting to reach 30, which
32.
fucking career's over coming
I
soon,
know.
baby, you know? So,
Although Brad Marchand, who's going to have surgery, I think it might be from complications with the sports hernia he had last year. I think he's only going to be out about 3 to 5 weeks. Nothing crazy, but like
What's
he's
he
in the
making?
second year of a 6-year deal, and I love Brad Marchand.
so do I.
I think he's going to like kind of take over and run that show over there in Florida. As long as he stays healthy and produces and whatever, he's going to be like, he just has that presence where he's just the guy in charge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'll keep everyone in line.
He's a winner.
He'll keep everyone in line over there.
Yeah.
You-
But he's going to be,
But if he's not producing and he's not healthy, he's not playing. It's just hard to do that.
of course.
You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. Florida, they could be unbelievable or they could be getting older and banged up. And a lot of those guys have a lot of miles on them, man. A lot of miles with a lot of term left.
Mm.
you
And
know,
they didn't make the playoffs last year. Now everyone's expecting them to just.
be.
I got to show you something that really. So Brady Tkachuk. This is like a collector's item. And I texted him last night to say, how many have you done of these? He's like, maybe 1 or 2. And as a joke, he kind of did it. But we had a AAA Blues auction this past weekend, and there was a Brady Tkachuk Ottawa Senators jersey, and he signed it, and he put the number 8 at the bottom of it. But it's a number 7 jersey, but now he's number 8 with the Panthers, so he put 8 on it. And so I sent him a picture of it. I'm like, dude, this is unbelievable. So sad. I go, that's a savvy move, a veteran savvy move. And he's like dying. He's like, I think I maybe did that for like 1, maybe 2 jerseys ever. So that's probably a pretty like significant sign, don't you think?
Well, I would say it's a significant jersey when Brady finds it, no matter how he signs
Yeah,
it.
but like he signed, it's the first time like you have like a number 8. It's not a Panthers jersey. It's a Ottawa Senators jersey.
Well, you better make a lot of money because that AAA boy costs you a lot of money.
So it went for $1,100.
That's good.
But
That's good.
look at the sign.
Yeah, I see.
That's cool that he did that though.
Yeah.
It's funny, you know.
Yeah. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
I
You
think
know?
if
I don't think it's that big of a deal.
no, but I think he's changing his number. He's totally moving on from Ottawa. You know what I mean? Even on the Ottawa jerseys, he's signing his new number. You know.
Did he do it on purpose?
I would think so.
Yeah.
Not on purpose, meaning it was a shot to Ottawa.
I can't wait to see them play
Not
together.
on purpose, meaning it was a shot to Ottawa. So I don't know what you're asking, but I think he did it on purpose because that's his new number. Like he knew
I
what he
didn't
was,
say
he
it
knew
was
what
a
he,
shot to
he knew
Ottawa.
what he was doing.
Although, that didn't bother me. I'm excited to
Do
see
you think
those
that
two
adds value or decreases value
play.
to
No,
the
it
jersey?
just doesn't matter. It
Mhm.
just doesn't matter. He signed the jersey, and it's his jersey. That thing's going to be worth $1,100, even if it's 7 or 8 or 38. Doesn't matter. But I can't wait to see those two play together. I'm excited about
Me
that.
too.
What team do you think is going to fall off the most
But
this year?
I don't know if Florida,
What
though. I will
team?
say this about Florida. And like Barkov's coming back, so I hesitate to really say this because I think he is such a difference maker. And I think adding Brady is going to be, they are just going to be a handful. They got Hathaway. They are going to be
They're
a
tough, man.
handful.
Jesus.
Okay.
Hard to deal with.
Hard to deal
Hard to
with.
deal with.
Not to mention Lundell and Reinhardt and all these other studs.
Their
that they
fourth line's
have.
still tough.
Sam
Gee,
Bennett.
Jesus Christ.
So I mean,
Oh, man.
could you see a scenario in which Florida does not play as well as maybe the bar that is being set
Sure.
for them?
Happens all the time, Andy.
Mhm.
Happens
Well,
all the
because
time.
like how's Markstrom going to be? It's like
There you go.
goaltending.
Yeah, the Leafs might be a lot better. Like, there's teams that are in. There's going to be a couple teams this year that you're expecting to be fucking in the mix, and they're not going to
Name
be.
one.
Edmonton.
I don't know.
Okay, I just told you. I don't.
Why do you think that?
I just don't think. I just.
Even with McDavid putting up 125 points
I
and
just think-
Draisaitl with 110, like
I just think. There's nothing conclusive that I could point to, but I just, off gut feeling, think that they're gonna struggle
okay,
this
so
year.
that's fine. That's a good
That's all it
feeling.
is. Yeah, it's
And
not like, hey, this is.
you got to go by your gut.
Mm-hmm. Gut feeling. I think they're going to fall off, and I think teams like Anaheim and San Jose are going to jump in the
Anaheim.
mix.
I just wonder how the situation with Carlson, if that maybe disrupts any of the momentum. You know what I mean?
Could be.
Did that set them back a little bit? Not in terms of the fact that they got to pay him, but like it's just like they had so much positivity. And it was just kind of. I just think it's a little weird. Like, listen, I like Leo Carlson a lot, but I don't like the fact that he's making $18 million and that he's drawing up all these salaries. Like, what's going to happen in the NHL? Like, can all these teams just afford to just? Everybody's like, well, the cap is going up. But how many is everybody going to pay to the cap? Spend to the cap?
Now you're going to have a huge gap.
Is this going to turn into baseball, which is about to go on a long lockout,
man?
Because you have two teams that compete for a championship every year.
Long lockout.
So what's going to happen in baseball and hockey? I'm curious to see. So,
just because a cap goes up doesn't mean these teams can afford it.
Exactly.
At all.
And so now everybody's salaries are going up.
They're still hurting from COVID.
So Celebrini could have been like the highest paid player in the league at like $15 million. Instead, he's making $18 million, whatever. Sorry, I was looking at a text message.
It's going to get crazy, and it's good for the players. But
and Bedard, instead of making 12.5, he's making 15.
What's the floor going to be when the cap's at 123 or whatever it is? In a couple years, what's the floor going to be?
I don't know. If you can't spend to the floor, you shouldn't be an owner in the league.
I agree.
I mean, that's just. I'll put it that way.
I agree.
You can't spend to the floor.
I agree.
Get out of the NHL.
Get out.
Now, I don't want to put the pressure on every owner to have to spend to the ceiling.
Yeah, I mean,
And I know it's tied to revenue, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because people will use that argument. Well, it's tied to revenue, so the revenue's coming in. But
dude, I saw
because everyone's valuation is over $1 billion doesn't mean every team's making the same amount of money.
Well, exactly. Like your value, no doubt. I did see that I saw something on Twitter that they ranked all the big sports, the teams that brought in the most revenue, the most revenue last year.
In just hockey?
No, in every sport, including NFL.
So like the Cowboys,
MLB,
Yankees.
The Edmonton Oilers were like top 5.
Oh, I bet.
Top 5.
I bet.
Think about that. That's unbelievable. It's good to see that. But you got the biggest big dick going. He ain't there. Let's reevaluate that and see what happens.
Right.
But to see it, I think there's another team. I think the Rangers were up there. There's a couple.
The Rangers are always up there.
There's a bunch of NHL teams, including soccer teams over across the pond. They're comparing all these sports teams, and a lot of NHL teams brought in a lot of revenue.
Okay.
Unless that was AI and they got me. I think like 3 or 4.
Well,
pretty cool.
In comparison to how many football teams?
Well, I mean, Dallas probably was up there, and the Yankees probably up there. Dodgers, because
the
Dodgers
are.
I think
a lot of football teams.
I think the
Green Bay. Everybody's bringing
in revenue is different than like Cleveland Browns. I don't know how much revenue they made after spending all that money. I don't know, but it was interesting to see Edmonton was like one of the top teams. That's pretty good. Well, when you get a superstar like that,
so let's look it up because I'm really curious here, and I don't want to leave people just like wondering. So
look it up.
So Dallas Cowboys number 1.
Revenue last year. Is that what you put in? Not worth. It's not worth.
No, I know. So in 2026
or 5 or 6, whatever, 25, 26.
Okay, because we
look it up right quick.
We need to get on to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
So the more this is from Forbes.
Yeah.
Which is always a projection.
Yeah, I mean, you look up your net worth, anybody's net worth on the internet, like it's all over the fucking place.
Teams would always complain when when Forbes would come out with this list and they would be near the bottom. But then when they're like moving, then it's like, no, they're accurate.
Yeah, it's good.
It's accurate. Yeah. All right, so Dallas is number 1. Operating income $629 million.
Yep.
And their value is $13 billion.
Yeah, not value, but income.
Okay, so Golden State Warriors number 2.
Yes. Yep.
Edmonton Oilers number 3.
Told you.
Tied with the Rams. No, I believe that.
Okay. God dang right, baby. Maddie, what's up, baby?
Edmonton Oilers.
Son of a bitch.
They own all of Alberta, basically. And there's a lot of money in Alberta.
Okay, but still, like, you got to get that money, and you're in Alberta. It's good to see that.
But their value of the franchise is not more than a lot of the teams that are under them. Like, the New England Patriots have a value of $9 billion. They're below Edmonton. Edmonton has a value of $3.2 billion.
No doubt. But I'm saying bringing revenue in.
Operating income, $244 million.
Yeah, pretty goddamn good.
Rams are tied with them.
Yep.
Los Angeles Rams. Number 5 is Mercedes, which I guess is like a Formula One.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
See, they're putting everything.
Patriots, number 6. Yeah. Atlanta Hawks. That's interesting.
Who knows, man?
Tied with the 76ers. Houston Rockets, Toronto Maple Leafs are 9th.
Yep.
They're tied with the Rockets. And then you get to Manchester United. You get a couple other soccer teams. New York Rangers 13.
Told you.
Giants 14. Jets 15. Raiders 16. Now the NFL just
This
starts.
takes over.
But then Arsenal, LA Lakers, Chicago Bulls, Houston Texans. That rounds out your top 20.
How about Chicago Bulls still bringing in that much revenue? And they haven't been shit, I guess, right? I don't pay attention.
Yeah, the operating income,
Pretty cool.
$160 million.
So you could see a bunch of NHL teams up there. I like
so
to
the
see that.
methodology for people who just want to know how they come up with this, it's like the 20 most profitable sports teams from all this blah, 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 blah. It's Forbes reflecting the estimates of operating income, earnings before interest, taxes, depression, EBITDA, for the most recent season with available data. So I don't see any WNBA teams on here, though. Do you?
No.
They need to be on there. What do you think the Indiana Fever are making now? I bet you they're making a shit ton.
Did you see all the drama?
With Angel? She missed the game-winning basket, dude. She could have been on top.
And Caitlin Clark laughing.
I don't think it was that big. I mean, we're looking for that. You know what I'm saying?
She had like a break. She had like a fast break, and she's like this. And it just like goes over.
First half.
It just like goes over the net. Like it just looks so unathletic.
You see her 3-pointer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like someone like playing at the JCCA in the weekend. But you know what? Caitlin had some fucking air balls too.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
They all like. I can't. It's not a good product in my opinion. Like you're like, there's tons of skill. I'm like, compared to what? A high school team? You know, like
you
it
see
is
their
what it
coach
is.
go crazy last week. I'm gonna back my players 10 toes down. When they go high, we go low.
All y'all go to hell. Stupid. God, they're dumb. It's unbelievable. That's why we laugh about it. It's just like in our face all day. It's like fucking. How can you not laugh at that? It's so funny, man. Now they're all over Stephen A. Smith. Black community's all over Stephen A. Smith. They don't like him.
He got the thumbs down award.
Yeah, that guy's done more
by the
for
Black Association of
That guy's
Journalists.
helped out more black
I don't
people.
think he's relatable to a lot of people who are coming up in the struggle.
What do you mean, a black guy that comes in and makes more money than anybody else in the fucking system? Are you kidding? If I look at him like, goddamn right.
You want to let me finish because I'll explain to you why. There's a reason why he got the thumbs down award, dude.
Why?
So what you're saying is like you're getting emotional. So calm down. Like you're getting emotional.
Welcome to my world.
You're getting emotional about it, but they're giving it to him because they feel like he doesn't have their back on a lot of issues. So whether you agree with his stance on certain things or agree with that, regardless, that's how they feel. So like, and I do give Stephen A. credit because he does take the other side of things and not always just the popular opinion. There's plenty of things that he does go in that direction because he is trying to get the attention
but that's not the popular opinion
of that community. And so there are some issues where maybe he didn't step up for them and he gave an opinion that he felt was right. And a lot of people probably agree with his opinion.
Yeah.
And that's why he's
so he has his own opinion.
Not all the time.
Is that what you're saying?
Not all the time.
Okay. So he formed his own opinion and they don't like it. Is that what you're saying?
On certain things. You know,
so he gets a thumb down.
And he was going on Fox News and stuff
so
like that.
So you better agree with everything we say or we're going to give you a thumbs down.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's why it's like ridiculous.
But that's Hollywood too, though. That's not just the Black Association of Journalists. That's Hollywood. That's a lot of people.
No shit. And they all are. They're all.
That's you to an extent too. Maybe not that as bad, but like you'll respect people that have different opinions, but you also you'll side with more people who think the same way you do than the other way.
Well, I side with. Well, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Well, I'm all over the place. So
that's what's going on there.
Wait. I'm not going to give you a thumbs down if you disagree with me. Like, I'm just like, this is how I think. You think the other way? Like, okay. Like, it is what it is.
Give him a thumbs down. Why wouldn't you? You're not going to give him a thumbs up.
Stephen A. Smith?
Not him. I'm just saying in general.
Give me an example.
Like, if there's people out there who have strong opinions, probably a lot of left-wing people, whatever, and you would give them a thumbs down.
What would you do?
You don't agree. It's not about me. I'm just saying.
Well, you said I would, but would
of
you?
Course. On certain things, maybe.
Well, then there you go.
Yeah.
Then we're the same.
We're not the same on everything.
No.
Yeah.
No. But, okay. But if I...
So Stephen A. is like, sometimes he fishes for their approval, and sometimes he goes on Fox News and says... Like, I think he had some positive things to say about Trump. Then he's kind of backtrack on that a little bit. He's gone after the WNBA. He's gone after some social issues that are heavily favorable by that community, and they feel maybe a little bit of betrayal.
No, he
from
went
that
on.
standpoint.
He said men can't play women's sports.
But that's not what they're giving the thumbs down about.
And what was
I think they feel like for what you're saying, somebody who is an African American in a prominent role on television as much as he is, making as much money as he is, having as much influence as he has, doesn't always represent that community.
Yeah. So agree with everything they say. Cool. That'd be cool. That's what you should do. Agree with everything
But
they say.
sometimes he goes out of his way to like,
He's a showman.
and he
dude.
doesn't even, it does, you can tell when it's not sincere, and he's fishing for likes and clicks and trying to get approval from the community.
So you need to get approval from that community no matter what.
I never heard of the thumbs down award, dude. I didn't even know that was a thing.
no
You know what I
idea.
mean? So
No
like,
idea.
you know, but like
No
he
idea.
comes out and he's like, I'm gonna have a response, and
I saw that.
that's what he does, and he'll turn like he's very annoying at times too, dude.
I kind of like him now better than I did.
Because you think he agrees with a lot of stuff.
Well, because he's actually, yeah,
But like
he agrees
he's also
with
you don't even know. You don't watch his show in the morning. He's freaking out about NBA and whatever, and flipping out. Trust me, you wouldn't like a lot of shit.
I know, I agree with that. But the big issue with the men and women's sport, like he's like, no, this is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
but anybody thinks that. Like most people, rational people do. It's not even a race issue, in my opinion. That's not even a social issue. That is just a common sense issue. And if you have daughters, then I don't know how you could think about it any other way. Now,
they do.
Even the WNBA is having these meetings, and they can't even determine how they want
well, that's
what's
the
a
whole
women
point.
and everything.
That's the whole
You know, it's like,
point.
that's ridiculous.
That's why I like that he went off and said,
But
what are you guys
he
doing?
went off on that coach. Did she look like an idiot?
Idiots. That's what I like. That's my good for
Like,
you.
I'll always have my teammates back. No, you won't. You didn't.
You
have
didn't.
them. You didn't have your teammates back.
That's why I'm like, good for you.
She looked like
a
she's
moron.
not suited to serve as a coach of a professional sports team, and
No
she
doubt.
should get called out. And she's like, I know I'm not talking about the people in this room. Yeah, I'm sure the people that are there covering the WNBA on a daily basis. I'm sure they like, whatever.
Oh my God.
I'm sure I can only imagine.
The
you know?
mask on, yeah.
So anyway,
So that's why I kind of like, oh, good for you. You have to, you
But
can't
it's
agree
like-
with everybody.
you know, and I could only imagine how he feels being an African American and feeling like, wow, the African American like, you know, calling you out like that. That's got to be a shitty.
What's the
feeling.
big issue me and you disagree on?
I don't know. I mean,
Not much.
Not much.
Not much at all.
No.
So, you know, don't put me in a corner like you do this. Like we agree with 99% of the stuff together. Because you've been hanging in with me for 7 years. 7 years ago, it'd be a completely different story. I'll tell you that right now.
I probably think Caitlin Clark probably deserves the MVP. I don't know if you believe that or
Sure,
not.
I think she. I don't know. I don't care. I don't know. You know, I mean, it is what it is. I did see.
I like my steak done a certain way. You know.
I know we had. Obviously, we got the big boy on, Darryl Sutter, talking about steak, and then Andy goes in a diatribe about how he cooks steak. And
Darryl Sutter's on this
I
edition
had
of the
to-
Chemistry
I had to be
podcast,
like,
by the way.
like 7 years ago, Andy ate eating steak.
Hey, I really haven't heard Darryl do like that many long form interviews.
Andy, I looked it up.
He did one I saw. It wasn't really an interview. He did do a long conversation with somebody on the LA Kings website.
Yeah, and his farm, he did a couple things, and Brent did a couple things. I looked up for
the
hours,
Sutter brothers have done some stuff.
hours and hours and hours. I've never seen him do. I look at it like this: like the big boys, chicklets, Kerf, whatever. All those the big hockey podcasts. I've never seen him on any of them.
No.
That's my point. So if you want to sit down at the farm and talk to him, I've seen that before, but not the long form on a podcast
for like
ours.
a big production.
We got
or
him
whatever.
first, Andy. We got him first, 100%.
Oh my god, I don't like doing that.
Well, I'm
I
pumping
don't
your
like
tires
patting.
up.
I know, but I don't like patting.
And you know what? I
ourselves
saw
on
you
them.
at the Hall of Fame. What was the first? We're all. I mean, people are everywhere. We know everybody at this. Tons of people everywhere. And guys are chirping Andy right off the bat for his shoes. And I walk up to you and I go, "You look goddamn good, and I like your goddamn shoes." And I was dead serious.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
I did that.
Yeah.
Guys are chirping your shoes. He had cool
One guy
white
was, yeah.
white shoes on. I go, "Those are awesome
Yeah.
looking. They're comfortable. They look
Well,
good."
I mean, you got to consider the source of whoever it was. It's
I'm
like,
just
dude.
telling you.
It's like, dude,
I made you feel
like,
good.
That guy's shoes were made out of wood.
I made you feel good before you went up on stage in front of 600 people.
Dude, people are like sending me text messages during some of these long speeches. You're failing at the host. You got to get this
It's
guy.
not you.
What do you want me to do?
It's not on you.
You want me to like disrespect somebody who's going too long
No, Andy. No.
with their family right in front of them? This is like the biggest moment for some of them that they'll
know.
ever
Families
have when it
crying.
comes to hockey.
They're crying.
They'll
And
never achieve anything that comes even close to
you
this
need to
type
go
of
up there with a hook
recognition.
and be like, "Get out of here!"
like the
just
old
let it
Apollo.
go.
That was a great TV show.
Just like let it go. Like it's all good. You can't go up there and be like, "Okay, wrap it up." Like you gotta let it go. They should know that. Ruppy should jump in and be like, "Okay,
Play
but
the
that's not on you.
music.
Play the music.
Like,
the
like
music."
reinforce it to these guys before they come in, and be like, "Hey, listen, you cannot go more than 6 minutes," and that's
it. You know what I watched the other day was kind of interesting. A 2005 draft behind the scenes with Jack Johnson and Sidney Crosby. You ever see that?
I think I maybe
really
have.
good.
I've been watching a lot of Crosby
It's really good.
footage from when he was a kid.
It's really good. But Jack Johnson was like talking to his mom. And it just like I was listening, I'm like, it made me sad.
Wow. Well, how was the conversation? Was it like a?
It just was kind of brief, but I know it felt like that was a woman.
You know, his
it just made me sad.
his
a little
dad
bit. It made me sad a little.
was like. He was like the entertainment at Michigan hockey games. Apparently, he'd be like dancing in the crowd with the band and stuff like that. Like they were like
Oh Jesus!
hardcore like hockey parents who he doesn't talk to. I mean,
I loved it when my dad just sat in the corner and didn't say anything.
would you? I know. I'm with you there.
Holy cow! That's what you do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I just chill.
You just chill. Don't say anything. Shut the fuck up. Just watch your fucking kid
Mm-hmm.
and pump up other kids. Don't fucking look at your kid and give him the 1-2 or whatever the hell you need to do. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Dancing with the fans.
No, I don't
yelling at
dance with the
fucking,
fans.
Pass the puck, 16. Oh, God, that's the worst, man.
But it is.
Oh, yeah,
I will say sometimes it can be hard. Like if you're really passionate about something, like passionate about the game. I just love talking hockey. You know what I mean? But like,
Well, yeah.
but I'm not the coach of the team, so it's not. You know.
You gotta,
You just gotta chill. You just
let the
gotta chill. But it's not about like I don't mean from like a correction standpoint or trying to give my. It's just you just want to talk hockey. I just want to talk hockey all the time. I love talking hockey.
That's what you do. Andy.
Breaking it down.
You're a hockey talker.
Hockey talker.
But he will say he could do Jeopardy. I'll tell you that.
I could. Give me some.
You would be embarrassed.
Dude, I'm so good at Jeopardy. I play it all the time at home.
Play it all the time at home. Get the fuck out of here.
I bought the board game.
Get out
where
of here.
It comes with a little. It comes with a little light up thing.
Man.
What do you mean? How
I play Jeopardy all the time at home. You're never at home. You're never at your house. Never.
I've been binge watching
fucking
ESPN Sports Jeopardy
Sports
hosted by
Jeopardy's
Joe
different
Buck.
than Jeopardy.
I'm cleaning house in that category.
I'd be good at Jeopardy. Let's do a trivia. Let's do a history trivia. Anything. You would not be good. It's fine. But don't act like you would be. You're good at things, dude. Just we'll take that.
Yeah.
Keep that. Don't act like you're good at everything.
But I could do Sports Jeopardy for sure.
Sports is different. It's not Jeopardy. It's Sports Jeopardy. I'll give you a shout out real quick. She was in a newspaper yesterday. I was at my daddy's house.
Oh God, hang on. I'm like, can you give me some clues, please?
Hockey. Hockey.
Jordan.
Yeah, there you go. She's gonna be number 1 pick in the PWHL.
Probably so.
That's what they're saying.
Is the PWHL going to survive?
That is a gosh dang good question.
Because they're not nearly as popular as the WNBA.
Oh, not nearly. Not even.
They're not.
Not even close.
It almost has like the indoor lacrosse vibes to it. Like, is that,
Man, I don't see anything about
so I feel like there's ownership groups that are having major financial issues.
Oh no!
Like, do you heard about that? There was like an owner that had some like. So I just wonder.
I know. I don't know.
Is professional women's hockey? They may have a league, but like, are the players ever really? Is there really? Are they ever going to benefit from playing in the league? Is my question. Are they ever going to make any money? Are they ever going to have any? You know.
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question.
Because I've talked to other players who privately, who played in that league, who have bashed the league internally for like some of the like insurance.
I bet
benefits and some like
travel, food,
benefits, salaries, everything,
equipment. Like, there's so much
like,
to it.
There's women who will get pregnant, and then they have to take a certain amount of time off and whatever. And then there's women who don't carry a baby, but like will have a baby, but somebody else carries it, and they get the same insurance benefits as the women who actually carry.
What about the men that got pregnant?
I think. Oh,
yeah.
Should I go play in the PWHL?
You'd get your ass.
That one guy, Enos Cantor, he said he would dunk on
remember 2 weeks
Angel
ago.
Reese.
Remember Andy 2 weeks ago started shit. Back in the 70s, I could have played. You're lucky I didn't tell
Not
John.
the 70s.
You're lucky I didn't tell John Winsick that the other night.
1930s.
You gave him a good shout out.
I did.
I'm glad that you Andy. Andy did pump my tires up on stage a lot, and I appreciate that. Yeah. I heard everything.
Well, I did say one time you should practice with a bouncy ball.
You did chirp me there. You did, and I do.
Mike Zook's like, well, I got my hands from playing with a ball that bounced. I'm like, Cam, you should try that.
I was like, I couldn't say.
But I
did
say that the toughest guy there was John Winsick.
I like that.
He was sitting next to you.
He was next to his wife.
Did he appreciate that? You think?
Yes. So he's sitting in front of me.
His wife is so nice, man.
He's sitting in front of me with she's a shit kicker too. Just so all y'all know,
Farm girl.
fucking farm cow girl. And Kate and I are right there, and John Winsick is helping her with like doing something, and it was the most lovely.
That is true love.
And Kate's like, and I go, "Are you seeing this?" And it was just
True love.
No one's looking at them, but I was. And he's like wiping her thing, helping her with something. It just was the sweetest fucking thing I've ever seen. And Kate's looking. I look at Kate. I'm like, "Oh my god!" It was like I almost cried. It was so sweet.
Yeah,
I love
that.
those
I love
two. John Winsick, God damn it, and he is the goddamn toughest, no doubt about it. And I'm glad you said that, man. I'm glad you said it. You pumped all our tires.
I pumped a lot of guys' tires.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't see Jax there. I feel like he stood
He was
up
right there, right in front of me.
and I felt I like was
he's
losing
fine.
sleep over
Jax
it.
doesn't
But
care.
no, time out. Because then I did with Steiner. I pumped up
Okay,
Jax.
yeah.
But he was getting up again. I'm like, stop getting up. Like I didn't know. But I wanted to tell a story about how Barrett. One of my favorite stories covering the Blues, man. If I ever wrote a book, this would be maybe in third or fourth chapter. But you know,
Write a book.
Barrett Jackman's first training camp that he made the Blues, not his first NHL camp, but the first camp that he made the team. And he had played like a playoff game the year before against Detroit. They put him in the lineup. And this is back when they used to only scrimmage during training camp. It was so much fun to watch. Dude, there's fights all the time.
Out the
Guys were
wazoo.
like crushing each other. Like there's some kid from like Moose Jaw who's like trying to like make an impression, you know, and he's
6
running
feet from the
around,
moose's ass.
running around, crushing guys, trying to fight the
Yeah.
guys that are on the NHL roster.
That's what I did.
And lining up at the faceoff, and Barrett Jackman and Keith Tkachuk are just completely like, just hacking each other on top of their laces, just like they're chopping wood, you know. And he didn't back down from Big Walt.
Good.
And you know, back then, like they're looking for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like David Perron didn't back down from Big Walt either when they
No.
were doing a small area game. And I think that really contributed to him making the team. And it's like you're always looking for that. And Barrett brought that to his rookie season too. He could punch in the face, wouldn't he? He'd go after anybody. He'd protect Al McInnes. Like
Yeah, I know.
he was fighting and like crushing guys and grabbing guys. He was such a presence as a
my
young
boy.
kid, you know.
It's my boy. I'll be golfing
And
with him this
he
week.
had some shoulder injuries and stuff like that.
Broke his jaw. I think Darcy Hordichuk caught him hard.
Broke his jaw. And I remember he had a broken jaw one time, and in the locker room after the game, all these baseball players were in town playing for the Brewers, and I think they had a couple Canadians on the team, so they came to the Blues game, and they were in the locker room after the game, and they wouldn't stop talking to Jax, who had a broken jaw. I'm like, oh my God, stop asking him questions.
Yeah, and he's like a soft talker as it is.
Yeah,
But he had a nasty broken jaw. I think it was Darcy Hordichuk. We've had him on the pod.
Great
shit
dude.
kicking son of a bitch. Remember we partied with him in
Oh
Nashville?
yeah, I remember I spilled coffee all over him.
Ay. Jesus,
Hot
Andy.
coffee. He could have sued for $1 million.
God. Of all the guys, like we didn't
was-
even know him that
he was
well.
so
And I
nice.
loved Hordy. And like we're all talking and we're on this shuttle bus going, and then Andy's like, me. And he hit a fucking bump and he dumps his coffee all over Horty's back.
Dude, the biggest bump you've ever seen in a parking
Yeah,
lot. This
we
guy,
all got fucked
This
up.
guy, it was like a little shuttle bus. You know, it wasn't like a big. We're going through a parking lot. You know how they have speed bumps? He's going 35 miles per hour.
God,
dude.
we hit hard.
Everyone hits their head. My coffee,
Oh, Jesus.
just the lid just pops open slow motion and just flies all over his black leather
Oh,
jacket.
God almighty.
And he could not have been. We actually got to know each other really well that weekend.
Awesome.
And then he came on the
Smart
pod,
man.
and he's smart with a lot of
Smart.
wealthy people.
Smart
Friends with a lot of
man.
wealthy people.
Yeah, he did business when he played.
Yeah.
I heard about that too from people.
We
like,
talked a lot about that. He's
Horty,
very business savvy.
He's a businessman right there. I like him a lot. Darcy Hordichuk, what's up, baby?
Mhm.
What's up with you? God dang, boy. God, I love those shit kickers. They're cool as shit. Every one
But
of them.
Jax was. Bobby Player loved him, man. He used to go watch him play in junior. That's you
Yeah.
know, how he really
And Jax
and he wore his
represented
number,
five
man.
really well.
It was retired a couple years ago. I actually interviewed the
Remember
entire family
How
on the ice.
unbelievable that was.
Yeah, it was maybe the greatest ceremony in the history of St.
So
Louis
we were doing
sports.
it, and I've told this before, but they were all on the ice, all the alumni, everybody's doing their thing. Bobby's crying, his family's there, and his number's going up like this, like nee. And all of a sudden, Barkley player number 8 goes, it stops, and everybody's like, oh my God, there's a malfunction. There's a goddamn
And it
malfunction,
brings up his
and it
brother.
goes, and everybody's like, what's going on? And all of a sudden, little Barkley's comes down, and they go up together.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So that was emotional. And then
Is that Caruso? I think did that.
Probably.
Gotta give him a shout out.
Probably.
Mike Caruso.
It was probably his thinking.
I think that was him.
And yeah, it was an amazing ceremony.
God, that was beautiful.
The Blues had some practice for a little while doing a lot of these ceremonies, and they do some good ones.
They do a damn good job. The Blues are good about that,
like,
man.
you know,
how are they going to be this year, Andy? How are the St. Louis Blues going to be this year?
I want to say, because I interviewed the whole family on television, everybody, right? Number 5 is a legendary number here in St. Louis because Albert Pujols were number 5 too. Yeah. I got to give a shout out to this Joshua Baez kid.
Yeah.
The
3 in a row?
3 home runs in his first MLB game. His first home run on his first pitch he ever saw in the big leagues. He was leading the league in AAA in home runs. They would have brought him up earlier, but I think if he played a certain number of games, he wouldn't be eligible for the Rookie of the Year next year, so they waited before they brought him up. Where does that rank for you in the greatest debuts in the history of sports?
That's a good question, and people have been talking about that for the last couple of days. It's for baseball to hit 3 home runs like that is unbelievable. 3 at bats in a row, 3 home runs. It's hard to top that, and it's never happened in 140 years.
Never happened.
Never happened. So that's probably number 1. Austin Matthews had 4 goals. Okay, that's like equivalent to Austin Matthews having 6 goals.
Did Matthews get a hat trick in his second game or something too?
He had 4 in his first, right?
Oh yeah, it was
and
crazy.
They were unbelievable goals.
Unbelievable goals.
Back check,
dude.
Spin off a guy, go all the way down the other end, make a play. 4 goals.
He's an example of such a great player, and all of a sudden he's playing with all these other great players who like get him the puck in certain. You know what I'm saying? He's just so.
But how do you
so good?
You'd have to score 6 in hockey, probably, or like what Mario Lemieux did one time, where he scored a power play goal, a penalty goal, kill, shorthanded goal. I'm sorry, even strength, blah 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 blah.
Everything,
like everything. Maybe that would have done it, but to have 3 in a row like that. To hit a home run so difficult anyway.
That argument is coming back too. Who's the greatest player in the history of hockey between Lemieux and Gretzky? And it's just like, I like what we talked about a few weeks ago. How when you're at that level, it doesn't matter. Stop. It's like that's a basketball conversation. I fucking hate it. Who's the GOAT? Who's your top 5?
Gretzky's the GOAT still.
He's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT, dude. You can't. No, Mario.
No, but you know what I mean. I don't know why we have to bring this conversation and like try to have this like Gretzky's the GOAT, dude. I know you can't say Mario could have been if he didn't, but he did. He got hurt. He got sick.
He got sick.
So therefore, he didn't finish with the same number. His numbers were still incredible, especially for the number of games he played in.
No, he didn't play 1,000 games.
And you could even say he was the most talented player. I don't.
Most skilled, most talented. I'll give you
whatever
that.
you want to say.
But Gretzky was the best.
Gretzky's the greatest player
ever, and you're not going to top that. Maybe not in our lifetime. Not in our lifetime. There's going to be a nasty earthquake in Missouri before anybody's going to fucking take over Gretzky. There's going to be crazy stuff that happened in the world before Gretzky's.
The Minnesota Wild.
What about the Blues? Let me ask you about that first. What do you think they're going to be this year? What do you think about the Blues?
Well, I think the biggest question mark for me is just going to be like, they're going to get great goaltending, number 1.
You got 2.
They're going to get great goaltending.
Great goaltending.
I said that going into last year. People were chirping me because Hofer was struggling in the first month of the season.
Well,
then I never heard from anybody ever again.
Well, he was struggling.
He was.
But he was, and they both were. And so was everybody else.
The whole team, everyone knows that. That organization needs to start on time this year, as a team.
Of course.
And because that's really held them back the last couple of years. And so I think that's going to be a major point of emphasis. They got to stay healthy with their top 3 offensive players. Because I think all those guys can score, Holloway and Thomas and Snuggerud. But I just wonder where the rest of the offense is going to come from. They've got guys who can score. You know what I mean? The Jake Neighbors of the world, the Mick Michaels of the world. McTavish.
Can they get to 20?
McTavish has got to.
Can they get to 20?
McTavish has got to deliver for St. Louis, man. They invested 2 first-round picks in this guy. He's got a number of years left under contract. This is a great opportunity for him. This guy has got to be a player in St. Louis. So I think they're going to compete for the playoff spot. I can't sit here and say I feel like 100% they're going to get in, but I don't feel like when the calendar turns to April 1st that they're going to be so far back that they're going to have some disappointing season. They're going to be in the mix, and hopefully they can get in, as a wild card. But I think they're deeper defensively. And I think Broberg's people are starting to figure him out, like in terms of how good this guy is. I think he'll get more attention this year. I think Mayu is going to be a big time story for the Blues. He's going to take his game to the next level.
Yep.
And so they have good depth defensively. And I like what they have in their top 6, man. The question is, can they get enough offense after that and enough secondary scoring where it just isn't the Thomas, Snuggerud, and Holloway show every single night? And their special teams should be better. So I think they're going to be in position to compete. I don't think anybody could realistically say, I guarantee they're going to make the playoffs. But they're never going to fall completely out where the season just all of a sudden is a loss and it's a disaster. I think they're going to be very competitive.
I agree with that. And you get Mason if he can try to get to 20.
I'm not going to say they're not going to be Colorado. You know what I'm saying? That the top of the division is very hard, man. You look at the Central Division, but they will certainly compete.
Yeah, if Mason steps up and scores some goals, if Holloway stays healthy. If Robert Thomas stays healthy, if Buchnevich could get on his game earlier in the season, although he almost scored 20 goals last year, and if not, he did score 20 goals. Like, you get 20 from all these guys. Like, yeah, you're going to be scoring some goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, and their goaltending's a 1-2 punch. Like, I don't know.
It's great.
I
hope they have an amazing year so Binnington doesn't get traded.
I know. I want him around.
Because you need 2 goalies.
I don't want him leaving.
No.
I love him.
I love Binnington, too. He's the best.
Seriously, I love his family. God
so
damn.
Minnesota, though, like that's a team where I just wonder.
What are you going to be?
I feel like this whole thing with Hughes.
Doggy.
And if I'm Billy Guerin, listen, I do that trade all over again anyway. Like, just you want a player like that on your team. But I was looking up the contract of Dougie Hamilton in New Jersey today. He's got 2 years left on his deal. I just don't know where Quinn Hughes' head is at. Is he trying to take this up to take himself eventually to New Jersey? Is that where this is headed? Are we like dumb enough to not see that he wants to play with his brothers?
Well,
I don't see them
happening.
I don't see them coming to Minnesota.
No.
So I think he wants to play with his brothers, and I think that has got to be the holdup with this contract. Is that Minnesota's like, no, I don't want to sign you to a 2 or 3 year deal. I want you for 7 or 8 years.
I want you for a long
7 years. I want you long term. Whatever.
Yeah. I want you.
Whatever the math. I always get confused. When does it now? It kicks into 7 now.
Yeah.
But I want you long term. And if he signs a 3 year deal, then after 2 years, and if Hamilton leaves, then he could tell Minnesota, hey, I'm not going to sign an extension. Then maybe Minnesota trades him then.
Yeah, I know.
But I don't even know if New Jersey has what they would be giving up that Minnesota would want. So I just. This is interesting.
It is.
I don't feel the same drama. We haven't even talked about Cale Makar, the fact that he's not signed.
No one's really talking about it. It's starting to talk about it a little bit now.
A little bit, but I feel like there's a deal that if it's not done, it's very close to being done. Joe Sakic is so Joe cool. He already came out and said we're going to get him signed, and there's no panic coming from the organization. And so I don't think there's any question. It's a more of a bigger question for Quinn Hughes because his brothers are playing elsewhere.
I agree.
He wasn't drafted
You're going to leave
there.
McKinnon?
He didn't win a cup there.
Come on.
So I feel like there's a deal that may be done in the drawer, and then maybe they just announce it when training camp starts.
There you go.
Because that's what I would do if I was Colorado. Why are you going to announce it in August?
There you go.
Like, nothing gets out of Colorado for the most part with Joe. So, yeah, we got a deal done, and Makar's so cool. He's so chill. Like, nothing just gets out.
Anywhere.
So
I'm not worried about that.
They'll just announce it when training camp opens, and that's what they should do. Get everyone all excited.
Pumped up.
So this isn't a situation, in my opinion, where Cale Makar is like, well, I got to see what Quinn Hughes is going to sign for.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck. He knows he's the big dog.
No shit.
Okay?
Exactly.
And I don't think Quinn is like, well, I got to see what
Yeah.
Cale signs for. Although I do think that the salary structure of both these guys has changed because of Leo Carlson.
Sure.
And, it is what it is. So now, you thought you were going to sign Quinn for 15. Now it's going to be 18 or 19, whatever it's going to be. So I just... If I was a Minnesota Wild fan, I would just be a little bit uneasy.
A little bit concerned.
A little uneasy.
No doubt. We talked about that last week, too. So, anyway.
All right.
Let's go.
So, Darryl Sutter, dude. And sit back and enjoy this.
Enjoy
it's
it, baby.
Beautiful day in Viking, Alberta, too.
Viking, Alberta. God.
He's got that barn right across the street. It's like
sacred.
It's like a museum.
It's sacred. Andy, it's a church.
It's a museum.
It's sacred.
He's like, no one's allowed to go in there.
Nope. I like that. And he showed us. Look, go on YouTube and follow us on YouTube, by the way. Subscribe on YouTube because you could see he shows them. It's beautiful. It is beautiful.
Yeah.
Now it's the middle of summer.
Flat Alberta.
There's a little.
You're not in the middle of the Rocky Mountains. You know what I mean?
No. But like, just to see for.
The sky is blue.
He goes, you could see for 40 miles each way.
The sky is blue. He's wearing a flannel shirt. So, the weather is just beautiful.
He's not even looking at his phone. Like, if you got to look at it. Like, he's just like. Talking straight, but his phone's down here, so you kind of like look it up in his face.
No neighbors. Except his mom, but she's now living closer into the city.
Yeah, she's in a She can't handle that anymore. But I always think that like when they were young on that and Viking, and they're all kicking the shit out of each other everywhere, and all of a sudden she comes out like rings the bell like da-ding, 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 dinner time, and there's steaks everywhere on the table, just meat, and they just come in and they eat it, and then they go back out and they play hockey. Like what a cool life, hardcore life, but pretty fucking cool. If you don't know any better, that it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like for us to go up, Andy, you wouldn't survive. But if if you're not used to anything else, then that's what it is. You're a fucking farmer. You're a cowboy.
And they all go back.
It's awesome, man. What a cool family.
Brian and Darryl have made so much money. And
Darryl
and Brian is just he's making a shit ton of money now with all his bull sales and raising all these calves and all this shit that he's doing.
Yeah. I liked how Darryl talked about his son, Chrissy.
Yeah. We love Chris.
He's like brings up Chris all the time, who has Down syndrome, by the way. And
but a big part of those LA King championship teams.
He was around, and he's taken him to Nashville to see a concert and stuff. Like I could see those two bonds. This is so cool.
Because that's the one thing you hear about Darryl.
I love it.
That you don't necessarily hear this about Keenan. You certainly don't hear it about Babcock. Although some people say it about Babcock. I shouldn't say that. But Darryl has this reputation with players that are like, yeah, he's a fucking dick. And he's an asshole at the rink. But then all of a sudden, he cares about your family and shit like that. Yeah, because when he sees you walking out of the rink with your kids, he stops and talks to your kids.
As he should, though. You know, like
I saw him at a press conference.
I hear that all the time, and I'm like, well, like,
that's being a human being.
It's like being a human being. Like, come on.
There was a press conference when they won one of their cups, and he's at the podium with Jonathan Quick, and all of a sudden he just like turns around and picks up Jonathan Quick's daughter and like puts it.
See, I like that. See, that's all it takes. Little things, man.
I know.
But it's not hard to do that.
No.
So all you coaches out there, like, just fucking do that shit.
But he was, I think, probably not easy to play for.
No, stay on the right wing. He throws a stick at fucking what's his name? Like he's crazy.
He's calling fucking Doughty down the bench. Oh, there's hot shot
over there.
Fancy pants
going right wing.
Yeah, hot shot,
fancy
and he's
pants.
fucking giving it to Matt Green. He's still pretty jacked.
Get him on.
Darryl is.
Oh, yeah, he's a cowboy, dude. When you're a cowboy.
No, he's a real cowboy.
Yeah, just like
he talks
John
about he talks about the Cowboys.
Just like John is.
Like the people who work for him, who come on the land.
Well,
they're cowboys.
Yeah, not in the summer, only in the winter.
What do you think he drives?
A truck.
Like a dually.
I like what he said about COVID too. You'll have to listen. Just listen to what he says. It's a damn good interview.
But he adjusted to life in the big city too. The way he lived in
L.A.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he did.
Like I think he enjoyed that
side
of it too. And they lived in Chicago all those years.
Yep.
But he always went home. I told you, like he just was never there for the winter for a long, long time.
Was when he was young.
Could you see him coming back and coaching again?
Well, you're gonna have to listen to it. But Andy asked him that. No, I don't. But Andy asked him that, and he gives a pretty good answer, and you guys are going to have to listen and find out what he said.
Great answer.
It's a really good answer.
Great answer.
And it actually makes sense.
It does. And that's, hey.
It actually makes sense.
That's what I would do, too. We'll talk about it in the close.
You'll see.
We'll talk about it in the close. All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Stiefel, where success meets success, baby. We love having Stiefel as a title sponsor here on the Cam and Strick podcast. Of course, our friends over at First Form, firstform.com. I'm about to eat this bad.
Oh, I'm hungry, man.
When my fast ends.
I'm going to have to
coming
get
up soon. Strawberry smash cake. I got an energy drink in the car. We got beef sticks. We got everything, man. We got a big photo shoot coming up after this. We're going to go have some fun and do some stuff with our friends over at Jim Butler.
Jim Butler is a Chevy powerhouse. Yeah.
But First Form, use our link, firstform.com/Cam and Strick. Only use our link.
Yep.
They have like new stuff coming out all the time, man. And again, for the fall, I just got a First Form winter coat. I can't wait to wear that when it gets really cold.
They got damn good.
I'm looking forward to that. Firstform.com/Cam and Strick. Great company, local company, but you can find it nationwide and they'll deliver to anywhere you are, man, throughout the world. Firstform.com/Cam and Strick. Go there and use our link. Let us know what you get. Share it with us. All right, Jim Butler, man, the Chevy powerhouse. Who's our shit kicker of the week, man? It's Darryl.
Joy Dunn. Oh,
Darryl, baby.
Darryl. Yeah. I mean, he's just a shit kicker. Cowboy. God dang right. Could be Darryl, could be Patty, could be Joy Dunn.
Alexander Steen, Jim Montgomery.
Yeah, guys like that.
You talked to Monty at all the other night?
Yep, I did for a while. Yeah. Good. In mind. Talked to everybody.
Yeah, you talked to Steiner?
I had to take a shower afterwards.
You talked to Steiner?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be golfing with him next week.
Okay, good.
Hell
good.
Yeah.
Jim Butler is
a Chevy powerhouse.
Right. 0% financing. for 60 months.
I love my truck.
No payment.
Ooh, doggy.
No payment for 3 months. They got the best selection of trucks, man. The Silverado is
That's
unbelievable.
what I got. That's what I got.
Check out the Fenton location. Every color, every model.
They got new colors.
Every style.
Cool colors out now.
that
Different
you're
colors.
looking for. I'm seeing more trucks on the road with your color.
I know. I'm like the first one to kind of. I never saw
They're
one
all
of those.
wearing camouflage, too.
I love it.
On the
Yeah, they're all
inside.
shit
Yeah, it's
kickers, fucking
military.
working, baby, doing their thing.
Yeah. Desert Storm sand.
They're not out by Andy. I'll tell you that. None of those trucks were at his neighborhood. I'll tell you that right now.
How dare you?
They're in my neighborhood. You don't see any trucks in Andy's neighborhood. It is what it is,
Dude,
baby.
Praveen cut his grass the other day,
We don't care.
and he raked all the trimmings. First of all, he's blowing it like all in my yard and shit.
Jeez,
Okay. So he rakes all the trimmings,
Don't get distracted.
and there's like 35 piles in
Don't
his
get
front
distracted.
yard of like just trimmings of his.
And he's gonna let it sit
Are you
there.
gonna bag it, dude?
No. And it's going to have a fucking mark.
I was
underneath.
reading. I hate. God, I shouldn't say this.
Well, then don't, because keep
Okay,
going. Come on.
okay.
We got to get going.
India is kind of a filthy city, or a country. I hear.
See, that's why Jeopardy, you would be fucking lost.
You don't think I'm right?
Of course you're right. I've known that since I was 3.
So why would I be lost? I'd be getting the answer. And that's a daily double.
Daily double. How's India clean? No.
No. What is no?
Disgusting.
What is no?
What is no?
Ask me another question.
No, I'm not. Go.
I mean,
Keep
you
going.
know it.
God damn.
Jim Butler, baby.
Let's
the
go.
Chevy powerhouse.
Let's go.
1-800-GET-WINDOWS means
1-800-GET-WINDOWS. 1-800-GET
what?
Windows. Means that you're not going to, your bill's going to be
who
a
am I
lot less.
talking about?
Window World.
Jeez, get on your game.
No, you need to get on your game. You're always off your damn game. Like he's tired or
Get
something.
on your game today.
Let's go. Window
Say
World,
hi to
baby.
JB and everybody.
JB, what up, baby? What's up? I had my brother-in-law call him. a
Oh,
couple days ago.
good.
Yep. He needs all new windows.
Oh my God, I love hearing that.
Yeah. Oh, he needs all new windows.
Did you tell JB?
I just gave him a number.
Okay, good.
Call him.
Good,
JB's
call him.
cool as shit.
Yeah.
What up?
Call him.
Here, we'll come out to your house and
They've
figure
got
it out.
sliding glass doors too.
Yeah, you need those too. You got to seal up your house, man.
Oh my God.
In the wintertime,
How
in the summer.
hot was it this weekend?
I hate it.
I think it's nice today.
It's beautiful today.
Yeah.
It's going to be 83 degrees.
Isn't that amazing?
73 is my favorite, but 83 is fine.
I was listening to what's our boy who hates Mike Babcock, played for Carolina, you know.
Commodore.
Yeah. Mike Commodore. Our second guest, I think, ever in the history of
First guest.
No.
No, second.
Ryan O'Reilly was
Second.
number one.
You're right. My bad.
I think our
It was in
second
your
guest.
basement.
Yeah, in our basement.
Last time I was ever at Andy's house.
Yeah.
He won't let
Cam's
me in.
going through my
He won't,
pantry.
he won't let me in.
I don't live. I
Won't
don't
you-
live at that house anymore.
He doesn't. He's never there. But he plays Jeopardy all the time there. But he's never there. Funny how that is. I play Jeopardy.
But Commodore was talking about how it was 118 in Phoenix,
Yeah.
and so he drove up 2 hours, and it was 66, and that's where I went to college, dude. Where he drove up, and I went to college in Flagstaff, dude. It's like the most beautiful. It's the most amazing weather. You're in Arizona. Isn't that crazy that you can be? Because that's 7,000 elevation in town there.
Well, why is that crazy? Think about it. Why
Because
was that
he was
crazy?
like, how crazy is that? It's 118 in
You're in the mountains.
in Phoenix. You're in the desert.
You're in the mountains
and
then.
an hour and a half, because it's not 2 hours from Phoenix. I guess depending on where you
Okay.
are.
But if you did that anywhere with the elevation.
Yeah,
that
Denver, you
dra-
can go from 90 to
Yeah,
66,
thank you.
but it's not 118 though.
Yeah, but it's humidity out the wazoo.
Denver will get like low to mid 90s. For
Denver's
sure.
got good weather, actually.
Like it's hot, but it's
No,
it's beautiful at night though.
If you really rank, like Denver's got pretty good weather.
Sure, but it's beautiful at night.
Yeah.
But it gets hot there during the day.
But
But you could drive up to the mountains, and obviously it's way cooler.
Andy, we all know this.
Mm,
Everybody that's listening knows exactly what you said.
fine.
I'm just telling you. It's all good.
1-800-GET-WINDOWS.
1-800-GET-WINDOWS.
And Window World, you'll save lots of money, and you'll save money because
Well, because it's no leakage.
there you
Like,
go.
come on.
There you go.
Like it is what it is. My windows are fucking man. I need new ones
They
too.
raise a lot of money.
Oh yeah, they do.
Raise a lot of money.
Awareness.
Preferred window of the St. Louis Blues.
Yep.
Steve Chapman was there too.
Yeah, he was.
Executive Vice President. I gave him a shout out. He was there. I just didn't want to miss anybody, you know?
No, and he didn't.
Okay.
We already talked about it. you get off track quick.
Just didn't want to miss
God, you get off
anybody.
track quick.
Preferred window of the St. Louis Blues. Window World. And the official window of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Damn right, baby.
So we love our friends over at Window World. Who puts the eye on spa?
Spas and more. Spas and more. Spas and more.
Mm.
My girl Angie, what up, girl? What you doing? What you doing?
Somebody won a cold tub at the
What you
auction the other day
doing?
too.
Guys,
And I
nice
had
little cold tub.
The person who got outbid reached out to me directly, and they're like, "Hey, I want to get one still. So if you can maybe set me up with one
And give
I'll
her
be like,
Angie's
yeah,
number.
give me Angie's
Damn
number.
right.
Give her a call.
I just did a little thing for Angie. Saw her a couple days ago. What's up, girl? God
Angie-
dang, I
Angie
love my
has-
sauna.
You know, I got to admit, I haven't been in the hot tub as much.
It's too hot right now. It's okay.
But I just haven't been in. Earlier in the summer, I was going in at nighttime.
Sure.
So tonight may be a hot tub night.
Yeah, it'll get a little chilly tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
This is a good week.
this
This
is
a
a
good
hot
golfing
tub
week
night.
and stuff. Yeah, and go hot tub.
but this is a great week. You could have used that cold tub too, baby.
Oh God,
And fall's going to be here, and the sauna season is
gonna
going to
get cold
be
quick,
here.
it's gonna get cold quick, baby.
But it's going to be sauna season. What
Yep.
kind of winter are we looking at this year? Do you think?
Well,
Cam Couture.
we've had a. Well, I know more about weather than you, but we've had a very rainy summer. So
Okay.
if you tie that into winter, it's probably gonna be slushy and fucking nasty.
Really? Is that
Mhm.
how it normally works? How are the crops then? They got to be healthy, you know?
I don't know. Ask Darryl.
Oh God, we should have. I don't know if he has a lot of crops on his. I think it's more like cows.
I'm
and
sure
stuff.
he's got some
bulls.
3,000 acres.
I wanted to ask him if he's ever been attacked by a bull.
No, you didn't.
And he fell.
You
off,
didn't.
He fell off a roof and fractured his skull,
Fucking
dude.
God, he fucking hurts himself so much.
My God.
Jesus,
He's got like, his
is
eyes like being
fucking-
held into place by a
he's-
piece of plastic
and metal. He said,
and metal or something.
He's like Terminator.
My God.
I know. Crazy.
They are
man.
some shit kickers, man.
Fucking right.
The Sutter brothers.
Yep.
They all have each other's backs too, he said.
Yep.
I love that, man.
I agree.
All right. Blue Note Roofing.
Oh, it's another thing.
David Novak.
Our boy right there. He'll be at every single Blues game. Then gets up at probably 4 o'clock in the morning and works all day.
Gets on the roof.
All day.
314-920-5713.
God dang right.
Call him today, though, and get that estimate, man. He'll do that estimate for you at no cost. Why do these roofing companies? That's where they give a lot of estimates.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I
And
mean?
As they should, because there's hail all over the place here in
A
Missouri.
lot of storm damage.
storm damage, baby.
But if you need that new roof, whatever it is that you're looking for, soffit, fascia.
Fascia. That's Blue Note Roofing. Blue Note Roofing.
David Novak, Blue Note Roofing, 314-920-5713. Call them, talk pucks with them, talk hockey, and tell them we sent you, man. We appreciate you supporting all our sponsors, including Easy Tiger Cannabis, baby.
Is that mine
Easy
right?
Tiger AZ. Get your mind right.
Get that mind right. Get that mind right. Get that mind right. Watch some TV. Do your thing. You work your ass off all day. Get that mind right. You can't sleep at night. Get that mind right.
Medical issues, pain,
Medical is pain.
management.
Don't take those stupid pills that'll put you downtown
No,
freaking
you
Chinatown.
don't need to do that.
Can't do it.
They will
Smoke a little
ship
bit,
it to
baby.
your front door.
Take an edible.
Take a.
You don't like going on planes? Take an edible.
Have a chocolate.
Have a chocolate. Shit. Drink something. They have drinks now with
Mhm.
THC in them.
Yeah, I know.
You know, so they got
You can
options.
get
but
all that.
Do your research on it. That's
EasyTigerAZ.com, and you can reach out to them and reach out to them today. Talk to an expert with Easy Tiger, and they'll take care of you. All right. Our boy, Darryl
Darryl.
Sutter, Sudsy, on this edition of the Cam and Strick Podcast,
Let's go.
baby. Sutter Brothers. The Cam and Strick Podcast is brought to you by First Form, baby. Use our link and do it today. www.firstform.com/camandstrick.
Get jacked now. They are the real deal.
Get that protein, check out the apparel, eat those bars, and drink those energy drinks. Firstform.com/camandstrick.
Yeah.
Now on to the interview. So in Viking, Alberta, I'm just curious because your house is there. Who else is living on the same property? Like you got the 3,000 acres. Is that just you or are your brothers there too?
Yeah.
No, that's just me and my family here. This is the yard that us boys all grew up in. But when Dad died, we started coming back here in the summers, and then we built here where my other brothers they're all in Alberta. We're all within, well, Brian and Brent are about 2.5 hours, and the other guys are all about 4 hours. So we're all in Alberta.
So they're that far away. But they're not in Viking. You're the only one in Viking.
Yeah, and Viking is 7 miles. I always tell everybody, if you watch Yellowstone, when they say take you to the train,
Oh,
the train is 7 miles.
Yeah, I get that. That means you're going downtown Chinatown there, Andy. I don't know if you watched that show. Wow. So, like, I know you haven't probably spent too many winters there. I guess lately you probably have. Like, explain the winters. I mean, there's no blockage of the wind. Like, it's got to be pretty brutal.
Oh no, it's not much different than say a Minnesota winter or North Dakota winter. I think that we're all sheltered. We got big trees, big hills. Cattle, horses, everything have good shelter in the winter. It's not north, way up north somewhere. we've had pretty easy winters the last few, quite honest.
Really interesting.
So when we were talking to Brian, I think he had like a bull sale going on or something
Yeah.
like that. That was a few years back. But are you doing the bull business too? Or like, are you raising cattle? Or are you not doing all that?
Yeah, we raise cattle, but he's a purebred Black Angus guy, so he has his bull sales in December, and that's his big payday. That's what he works all year for. We're year round. We're called a cow calf operation, where our mothers all have their babies in March, April, so we'll have like 300 to 350 new babies, and then they go they're all the way at pasture now, what we call our summer pasture, and then we'll bring them back in about 6 weeks, and then we'll have our sale, which will be those animals that we sell will become what you buy in the grocery store as your steaks and hamburgers.
Ooh.
Yeah, where Andy doesn't know how to cook one, just so you know, Darryl.
Yes, I do.
I bet
yes,
you,
I do.
I would love to look in your freezer. I bet you have some fatties in there,
Oh, my
man.
God.
Damn.
Yeah, we probably butcher 4 or 5 times a year, but we kill for a lot of people so that they don't have to buy in the store. They can pick it up here.
Really? So they can come pick it up at the ranch. How many people are working on the ranch? Like, who's
Well,
helping
right
you
now-
out?
Right now, we used to have full-time cowboys here, but then since we've moved back here, we don't have any full-time guys. It's just seasonal. When we need help, there are guys available. A lot of the guys that we hire, quite honest, work in the oil patch, so they're on shift work up in northern Alberta. So you'll see them once every 3 weeks or 2 weeks, things like that. So they always check in to see what's going on if I need any help. But quite honest, with it being summer, between me and my wife and Brett, my son who lives in Calgary, he gets home quite a bit. We can do quite a bit ourselves here.
Well, you farmers are the backbone of
yeah.
everything.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, everything. What's the most difficult thing that you have to deal with on the ranch?
You know what? Just any surprises or emergencies. I wouldn't say it's difficult. You're always ready for it. You got to be ready for it. But say when your cows are having their babies, there might be one that you have to deliver for them, where you just can't go to the hospital, or we learned as boys. Dad taught us as kids how to deliver animals and save animals and things like that. So. That part of it, that would be one of them that you're always ready for. It's difficult because sometimes it's 20 below and sometimes it's middle of the night and sometimes it's out in the middle of nowhere. So you just got to be ready for that. We do our 4-hour checks around the clock starting March 1st. So that's the cattle part of it. The equipment part is, it's like getting your truck fixed or your vehicle fixed. And here now with all the computers and everything going on now, when something breaks down equipment wise, you pretty much got to call the John Deere dealer and get them out here. So the difficult part of that is just standing watch and then getting the bill.
Oh, the
Oh,
bill.
my God,
Oh,
the
the
bill. Listen, I did a book
shit.
report on 6-shooters back in the day when I was in elementary school, Darryl.
Oh, yeah.
And I
That's
love
the
that book. And I told Dwayne one time, I ran into him in an arena. I'm like, 6-shooters is a great book. I went and whispered it, and he started chuckling and laughing. But you guys had the barn on the property where you guys used to play hockey. Like, how far is that from where you're sitting right now?
It's about 50 yards. You kick a football over it from here.
Oh, man.
Cam couldn't.
Yeah,
And it's
probably
like,
not.
and believe me, you guys, it's like a church. Like, we don't allow anybody up in there anymore unless it's somebody that we really know. Like, I haven't been up in there in about 5 years. It's like, I don't know why, but to all of us, it's just it's kind of where we were. I don't know. We started there when we were little boys, and we spent a lot of time up there and did a lot of good things and a lot of bad things. And now it's like a locked up old church almost.
Oh, man.
Man,
Sacred.
it's going to be like a national
Oh,
monument.
yes.
They're going to come and declare that a national
Yep.
monument in Alberta, where
Yep.
the Sutters grew up.
They should.
This is a true story. The last time I was up in there so that tells you how long ago. That's 2014, and we had the Stanley Cup here, and some of the boys took the Stanley Cup up there, and I was standing out at the bottom of the barn, And remember that one where you had to pour water on guys? Or what
Yeah, I
was that
saw
thing?
that. The ice bucket challenge.
Yes.
Yeah, so that we did the ice bucket challenge. I didn't know they were doing it, so they filled the cup full of water, and I was standing down at the bottom having a beer with a bunch of guys, and those guys opened the doors up top and threw the cold water on me. But that's literally the last time anybody was in there. So that's 12 years ago.
Really? So what is in there? Like, are there nets in there? Like, are there sticks in there?
Yep. Yep. There's all our old stuff is still in there. And remember, Cam, when you used to have the cut holes in the plywood, like the 5-hole and the top shelf, so that's still up in there. There's probably dried blood up there too.
Yeah. God
Whose
almighty.
blood is that? Who took it the most?
Well, I think Brian was the leader in handing it out, but I'm sure Dog had some there. And I remember one story where one of my brothers, my oldest brother, had stitches in his head from something else, not from being up there. And we were playing hockey up there one night, and him and Brian got in a fight, and Brian sat on him and pulled his stitches out with his fingers. So,
Oh my God.
Oh, that's Viking
So-
Alberta right there,
I
baby.
love it. Put some snow
so
on it.
that's borderline violence right there. Yeah.
Well, I've seen you guys all do
Torture.
it on the ice. You act like we're not surprised to
No
hear
shit.
it. I mean, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah,
We love
baby.
Brian. Brian's such a
Yes.
legend here, man, in St.
Love him.
Louis, especially. What
Love
a
him.
great leader. Like, was he always the leader of the group? Like, of all the brothers? Like, was he, you know, you guys were all leaders, and you were a captain for a long time, and obviously such a great, like a coach, you had that natural leadership instinct. But when everyone's together, is he the guy who's in charge? Is he the leader of the pack?
Yeah, you know what? I don't think so. And that's the often asked question. I just think we were so close in age that it was just like we got in a line and did it. It was, you know, there's 7 of us born in 10 years. And so, you know, like we were never it was never like somebody was bigger or better or anything. We just did it together. Like, and I think that was one of the reasons that we were able to move on was because of that, because we didn't need outside competition. We didn't need anybody to show us the way. I mean, everything we did, dad did with us too. So, you know, like he was the one who punched first and all that stuff. So,
Was he
you
a
know, I
hockey
think-
guy? Was he like a coach? Like, did he know the game?
he coached us when we were young, but dad never played. He was a big fan. He was a huge Toronto Maple Leafs fan. Like he used to always tell us when we played the Leafs that he hoped we scored and we didn't get hurt and they beat the shit out of us.
What about your mother? I mean, she must be a
What a
badass. Oh my God. I mean, I'm sure she was craving a girl at some point there, but I could just see you guys, her ringing the bell, and you guys all come in, and she's got steaks everywhere laid out on the table. I mean, is that how it went down?
She was a hardworking mom, I'll tell you that. She's still alive. She's 90 years old.
Oh, good. Wow.
And she lived on this farm in this yard right here till she was 85. Now she lives in a condo in town, but she's amazing. Like you think about it, she had 7 of us by the time she was 28. And that was before we had running water, like indoor plumbing, like electricity. You think about it, what she did was amazing. Everybody always talks about us boys and all that. Well, tell you what, the matriarch was mom by far.
Mm. How'd you handle living in LA? Like versus not, you know, and not being on the farm. Like Calgary maybe has a little more
Yeah.
vibe to where you're used to, but what was your setup in LA? Did you live like in a condo at the Ritz there like some other guys do? Or did you have a house with property? Like what was your setup in LA?
We lived in a house that we were fairly lucky, right on the ocean. Like we could open the patio doors and there was the beach. I always told my son, Chris, who always lived with us, said, "You're the luckiest guy in the world. Friggin', you can open your patio doors in the morning when you get up. There's all these good looking girls between you and the ocean.
Oh,
And then in the afternoon, you can go on a bike ride down Manhattan Beach. And then at night, you either go to a Dodgers game or to a Kings game. So you get the best place to live in the whole world. We enjoyed it. It was awesome. You know, but we were used to, we lived in Chicago for 16 years. So,
Yeah.
you know, I coached in Indianapolis and Saginaw, Michigan. So it wasn't like it was a smooth sailing deal. And we'd also coached in Northern California in San Jose, so we were used to it. But just living on the ocean was unbelievable. And then only, you guys know what LA is like with traffic and people and all that. But the only time we went to LA was to play the games. The rest of the time, your practice rink was 5 minutes from the ocean, and everybody lived there. That was the coolest part about coaching and being in LA. It was like where we lived was like a little town. You'd run into everybody's wives and children and players just walking around or in the store or whatever. Like that was an awesome thing about being there.
Did you guys stay in a hotel during game days and go to pregame?
The day room?
No. We'd actually I don't know if you remember, Cam. We'd pregame skate out in at the practice rink, and then at nights just drive down to the game.
Yeah.
The Toyota Center, right? Isn't it the practice rink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, the Tkachuks always talk about how they would never really fight each other. Now they're going to be on the same team. But did you fight one of your brothers? Like who fought during a game? You guys ever fight during a game?
I think Dog and Brent probably wish they could have. And I know it came close. I remember the one story, and I actually have it in that book, was Dog and Brian were going to go at it, and Clark Gillies came in and told Brian that he should back off because he's actually the one that started it, and that he was on the ice too, so he probably shouldn't fight him.
Yeah, Clark Gillies gets
He doesn't
involved.
play.
Which one's Dog, man? Just so our listeners know, which one's Dog?
Dog is Dwayne.
Dwayne, okay.
Dwayne, baby.
Yeah, see
Yeah.
him scouting. Is he still scouting now?
No, he's pretty much retired. He lives in Calgary. We just spent last weekend with him. But then when you talk about the confrontation, so you say that Dwayne and Brent played with the Islanders on those good teams.
Yeah.
And then Ronnie and Richie were in Philly. So you think about it, same division, and they were all four of them were just similar types of players. Like I'm sure they had lots of talking going on out there.
Hey, before we get into things, man, we got to remind people how good of a player you were, man. You were such a great player. And
Yeah,
I watched you a ton, man, when I was super, super young. Brian, the captain of the Blues, and you being the captain of the Blackhawks. You had so many injuries, man. How are you feeling now, having to overcome all these injuries? And how do you reflect on your playing career?
Yeah, I was too short. All the injuries definitely knocked me out. I think it's the only reason I got into coaching was, I was only 28 years old, or 29. So I needed to stay in the game. And back then you needed to make a living too. So eventually I was lucky. I played in one city the whole time with Chicago, and they took care of me the whole time I was there. And after my career, kept me in the organization, allowed me to become a head coach there, like all those things. So I was really, really fortunate. And guys know they're former players. You always come back too soon from injuries, things like that. So I did that a lot, and eventually it catches up with you, and it still is. I mean, you have good days and bad days, and you just live with it.
Well, you said, I think there's a quote of you saying that you played better when you were injured because you were pissed off. Like, that's an all-time shit-kicking quote, just so you know. But, like, what was the worst injury you dealt with? I mean, you had every year it's like you had broken ribs, and you did this. You played through
shoulders, knees,
eye injury. Like, what's the one that's still that affected you the most?
Yeah, definitely the eye injury, getting hit in the head. The whole left side of my face is all plastic and screws, and my eye sits on a piece of plastic, but that was not a pretty one. That was in Minnesota against the old North Stars, and I went to the front of the net, and Doug Wilson took a slap shot and hit me right in the head, and so I spent quite a bit of time in a hospital in St. Louis, and but it always affect. Even now when I was coaching, or if I see it on TV or anything where a puck hits the post, there's just that noise, and that's what it felt like in my brain, was that puck hitting the post. But that's the game. That was before visors.
Yeah, I know, man. And now they're all wearing them for the most part.
Yeah.
There's a couple of players who are grandfathered in, but
Reaver, Ryan O'Reilly.
and let me guess, when you returned from that injury, you still didn't wear a visor, did you?
No, I didn't. And for the first, when I came back, being in Chicago. Jim McMahon was the quarterback for the Bears then, and he brought me over his that what he wore on the front of his, and so I wore that for 3 or 4 games, but didn't do much good. I still remember the first time I got back from the injury. We were playing Washington, I think, and I think I think it was Washington, because Scott Stevens hit me under my chin, and I felt like everything in my brain shake again, like literally. I remember thinking, "Oh God, here I go again." And but you just remember things like that. But that's why that head injury definitely affected me for the next 3 or 4 years.
I want to ask you that. I'm sure you've been asked this a million times, but I've never asked any of you guys this, and I'm just curious how the dynamic works, because it's almost like, the Manning brothers. There's a Cooper Manning who never played. He had an injury,
Yeah.
actually. He did play and he
Yeah.
didn't make it to the NFL. But your brother Gary,
Yeah.
like, was there ever jealousy? Like, how did he handle all of your guys'
Yeah.
success, and was he good enough to make it? Like, if he wanted to, and if he was, like, why did he go in a different direction?
Yeah, all those questions, I would say, I don't know. I mean, he had the opportunity to leave the farm. Back then, there wasn't a whole, to go somewhere that was a 3 to 6 hour drive to go play junior, and quite honest, there wasn't anybody that we knew of that was doing that. Gary and Brian had the opportunity to leave and go play junior together. Gary chose to stay home. Brian went, and that's just the way it worked. And was there ever any animosity or jealousy or any of those things? Never. Gary was our biggest fan. He was everywhere we went. After we played in the NHL, Gary was there, and God rest his soul. He was always right there with us. And even as our boys grew up and started playing pro and all that, I think Gary's seen more of his nephews play than any of his dads did. So, you know what? That's just the way life went, right? He was on the farm, and he had a girlfriend, he had a car, and that's just the way it went.
Yeah, it's probably a blessing him staying at the farm. Probably needed some help. So, I mean, probably helped out the family a lot,
Mhm.
And we were all, again, we were so close in age. Like, everybody says, "Well, how come Gary didn't make it?" or something like that. I said, "Well, all I can remember, he was a damn good player. Like, we weren't the best players in town. I think Brent was probably one of the best, but the rest of us were just, we were more of a tag team. We could play on 2 or 3 of us on one team. So you got one, you got a couple. That was your problem."
That was the problem.
Hey, did your parents ever get around to watch you guys?
Yeah.
How often would they watch you guys play in the NHL?
It got to the point where when we were, so as you guys were saying, so Brian in St. Louis, I was in Chicago, so that was really a close trip for them. Twins are in Philly. Dog and Brent were in the island, so that was an easy trip for them. So it got to the point where once we were settled in places, I think that Dad and Mom made a trip every year, and they'd either go Midwest or East Coast or the finals. I know Dad and Mom went to the Stanley Cup with the Islanders 2 or 3 times, and then when Edmonton, Philly played each other, they'd see each other quite a bit. So they got to the point where they traveled quite a bit. I brought Mom. Probably the best trip that I can remember bringing them on, and Dad had already passed, but I brought Mom to the outdoor game we played in Dodger Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
And that was so cool. And I remember saying, "Son, why would you bring me all the way to LA for an outdoor game?" And I said, "Well, Mom, you drove us all over when it was 20 and 30 below. You deserve to watch a game when it's friggin' 65 above." So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember watching the game.
yeah.
Was that against Anaheim? Is that who you guys played?
We played Anaheim in LA, and then we played another one in was that Levi in San Jose
San Fran.
yeah, where the 49ers played.
Yeah,
We played
Santa Clara, whatever. Yeah.
Dodger Stadium was unbelievable, just because I love baseball and that old history and all that. And that was the best.
Hey, there was some talk a few weeks ago about you potentially coming back and coaching with the Oilers. Like, did you ever actually talk to them, and how serious were those conversations? Were you really interested?
Yeah, no, I didn't talk to them, and I really wasn't interested at all. My wife and I just decided 3 years ago that, we were pretty much done with that. We were gone 45 years, other than for the summers, and we just said, it's time for the grandchildren and for us just to take a step back and do what we want to do. And I pull for being from Alberta. You got to pull for Edmonton and Calgary. But in terms of the coaching part, I don't have any desire to do that day-to-day thing. I could do if somebody just wanted me for the playoffs or the home games, I'd be there.
Oh my God! They should have. Hey, that's
that's a
like
trend
Torts.
going on.
Torts.
That trend is going on, Darryl.
They should have hired you. Edmonton should have hired you for the playoffs last year.
Yeah, that was crazy. Torts coming back with the
Yeah.
and I was, and I coached Bruce Cassidy, and I know him good. Like, we were in the minors together, and we played together in Chicago, and I coached him, and I felt so bad for him. And then Torts comes in, and they friggin' rip it, they go on a tear, and then as it goes, being from, because being in that division over here, then you're pulling for Vegas, and then you're torn because they let Butch go, and anyways, it was tough for me to watch that, actually.
I know. We had Butch on shortly after that, man. I think that hurt him too. And then,
of course.
he wasn't really able to interview with teams. It was a kind of a crazy situation. So you don't think you'll coach again?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that would be highly unlikely. Quite honest, mentally, it'd be easy to go right back in. I just think that it's be hard for me on the day-to-day stuff and getting on the ice every day and all that. That's the tough part. I still, it's got nothing to do with love of the game and all that. I can watch a game, and you always there's a switch in there. You got to turn the coach switch off. You have to when you're watching. You got to become a fan, and so what the best part for me now is staying in contact or connecting with old players or coaches, GMs. That's the best part. I just came back from actually Kopi's son played it's called the Brick Tournament in Edmonton, which is and Kopi's son played for a team out of it was called the West. It was called the West, anyways. And so I went and spent a couple of days up there with him. That was awesome, and just to be able to do that is so cool. And talk to guys off and on and stay in touch. That's still the best part. That's the best part about the NHL. You're still the alumni and the connections are still there.
You watching a ton of hockey?
Yeah, you know what? During the winter, I would say I watch highlights more than a game. Brother Brent has his junior team about 2 hours away, so we go watch a lot of Western League games with my son Christopher. Brett, my oldest son, coaches Flames farm team in Calgary, so we go there at least once a month and sit and watch the American League Wrangler games. So that's the hockey for me. Once playoffs start, I get more interested, or if somebody phones and says, watch our team tonight, or watch me tonight, something like that, I'll do that. But other than that, I don't really get locked down. I'm not like I'm really a one team guy or anything like that. So,
players will call you and be like, "Hey, can you watch me tonight? I'm kind of want your advice. Pick your brain a little bit."
Guys haven't been playing or as much as they want, or struggling, or haven't scored, or just see little things like that. So I'll say I'll grab they'll be catch them on back to backs or something like that, and then give them a call and just usually it's just get your chin up and your chest out and get going, right?
Hey, listen, so you got this book coming out, Code of the West, From the Ranch to the Rink. Whose idea was that? Did somebody bring it to your attention, or was this something that you really wanted to do, just kind of get your story out there and kind of write a book?
Actually, it came out of Toronto. The publishing company approached me about a year ago about it, and my brothers and I have done books. I think I've done one myself, and then the one you'd mentioned before about the 6-shooters, and we've always done half-hour shows or stories about the hockey part, but I kind of turned myself off of it because most of them wanted to just go back to the tough thing, being tough guys or hard asses and all that. And that was always and I didn't want it to be anything like that. I think our story was more about how we grew up and not just the hockey. There's lots more involved there. So this book evolved from, it's more insight from growing up and from the game, but it's more related to how it can help other people, or not just in hockey, but in life, being from big families and the challenges of that, and then how it can all come to fruition if everything goes right and things go well. So it's sort of a book. When it was presented how they wanted to do it, was more tied into, there's a lot now out there about, mental health and the Western culture and the cowboy side of it, and so that kind of ties us all together into it, and so that's why it's hard to write a book, and it took almost a year because it's just not that easy. In fact, I just did this week the 2 days of the audio part of it, which is hard to do too. So it's an interesting book, and I think they did a really good job the way, because there's stuff that gets added, stuff that gets taken out, and it takes a long time.
Damn. The audio part, like, so you got to just read off everything, chapter after chapter after chapters.
Yeah, and the hard part of that is, just think about it. If you have a book in front of you right now, you can read the book, but instead of reading it, tell the story. So it's quite a bit different, right? It's it's like practicing for a play. Well, you remember your lines and read your lines, but this is quite a bit different because they want you to tell the story. So you just can't read the book. It's interesting. It was a lot harder than I thought. I thought I could just blow right through it because I could read a book on an airplane in 2 hours and go friggin' and remember everything. But you can't do that. So there's always somebody on your headset going, okay, just slow down, tell that story again. Things like that. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, that's the way I read books nowadays. I want
2
audio
hours?
books.
Yeah.
I want it on audio. I want someone reading it to me.
Yeah.
Hey, but your press conferences were always
Oh,
so
man.
entertaining, Darryl. When you said about Colorado that, like, hey, I wouldn't want to be the wild card team to go play the Avalanche, it's gonna be a waste of 8 days, and people still talk about that
Oh, yeah.
today, man.
So funny.
It just comes out of your mouth naturally, man. When you hear about something like that, does it make you chuckle a little bit?
Well, something like that was the truth because if you want to be a wild card, you're probably, for the most part, unless it's a big upset, you're just putting yourself through hell for about 4 to 7 games is all you're doing. So that part of it was the truth. A lot of it was, I never liked, quite honest, you guys, I never liked press conferences and doing that where you had to be out there 15 minutes after a game and all that. I wasn't ready for that. If you talk to me tomorrow morning, I'd be a lot better than I would be after a game. I couldn't just turn the switch off. And quite honest, there are coaches out there who just love it because they're patting themselves in the back or selling themselves, that sort of thing. But and then there are young guys that they're nervous about it and all that. But I never enjoyed it. I'd got in trouble lots with the league. I'd send my assistant coaches out, things like that, or that's why they put in that rule where you had to be 20 minutes after a game, no later. And then can't remember if it was home team or visiting team or winning team, losing team. There was always an order that had to be followed. And I'd rather get out of Dodge, get in my truck, or get on the plane. So,
Well, so would Torts. He got fined for that.
Yeah, and a second round.
I don't know. I'm not so crazy about giving up a second round pick, though. I don't think I would have done that.
No, probably not.
Darryl, though, when the one somebody asked you about a rookie or something, you just looked at the sheet and you go, "Yeah, he played 7 minutes, 1 shot, 1 hit. Yeah, he was all right."
Jacob Atelier, I think it was.
Well, you know what, you guys, I'm going to tell you that story too. That was in Calgary, and that was Jacob Pelche, and I loved that kid.
Yeah.
But they were so caught up in, the farm team's right in your town. So they were so caught up in okay, how come Cam's not playing, or how come Darryl's not playing, or he's leading the American League in goal, whatever, right? And you just get tired listening to that BS. Like, you go, okay, friggin', and then the numbers, these guys wear numbers like anywhere now from what, 75 to friggin', good thing they aren't in the hundreds yet, but you didn't even know some of the numbers. We'd call guys up playing. I go, Jesus, what the frig? You have to get somebody to check that score sheet 2 or 3 times because you think it was wrong. And it'd be so I still remember little Pelch's number, I think, was 49.
Mhm.
And right after the game, the first question some bozo asks is, how did you think Pelch here? How many? So I said, oh, frick, just let me look here. Like, I don't know. Guys plays 10 shifts and they want you to criticize them. That's what they want, right?
Mhm.
So anyways, no big deal.
Well, they want you. They're trying to set you up, thinking like,
course,
well, why
yeah.
didn't he play more? He's scoring all these goals down in the American League, and then he comes up. It's like, they already know they have the score sheet. You know what I mean? And they watch the game, so
Yeah.
it's always always trying to get
It's a
something,
game.
and I get it. Hey, do you feel like you coached like Jeremy Roenick the same way that you maybe did Johnny Gaudreau or Matthew Tkachuk? Later in your career, it's like, how did you change over the years as a head coach? You think?
Yeah, I think just you get older and experience and you understand what those kids are going through more. Um, in Chicago, when I was a young coach, I was still at 34 or something when I coached there. And I was lucky to have Chris Chelios and Dirk Graham and Brent Sutter and Steve Smith and Eddie Belfour, guys like that were, they were as prominent in the room as I was for sure. And then Jeremy was that 19, 20-year-old kid that was just, he was a rebel and a great player. But so, it was okay to get into the blow-ups with him and didn't bother either one of us. You're still good after. But I think, as you get farther on in your career, you see, how it's changed and, how players change and what their needs and wants are. And I never looked at it in that light. When you say Matthew, Johnny, Jeremy, I just think they're totally different personalities and totally different players, and they all did really well. I mean, with Matthew and Johnny, like heck, the last year there in Calgary, they both scored 40 goals, and they were both all-stars. So
I
they
know.
were pretty good players.
I talked to Matthew this morning, man. And listen, he loved playing for you. And he said you used to give it to him. Like they're walking out to the rink, and you say to Johnny, be nice if someone, I could find someone to play with you here tonight, and Matthew would hear it, and then you'd say it to Matthew with Johnny right there. So you
They're
love
good.
pushing.
You know what?
Yeah.
They were awesome kids, and there was I had a soft spot for those boys because I went there during COVID, and those American kids, they were basically stranded in Canada. Nobody could come and see them. They couldn't go out. Like friggin' Matthew, he'd beat me to the rink in the mornings. He'd be there and he'd stay there all day. Like, there was nothing to go home to. Felt so sorry for those kids, and the writing was on the wall. They should have known. Management should have known right away that those kids weren't coming back. That shouldn't have been a surprise in July. They were both on expiring contracts, and Canada was not their thing. They didn't leave because they didn't like Calgary or they didn't like the team. They wanted to go back home, and I didn't blame them. You look at that too. I can go on and on about that with some of them kids that that have been critiqued because they left Canada or left the team they were on. You know what? It's their right now to be able to go home. That year in Calgary, I felt so sorry for those Americans. We had Noah, also Hannafin, and I felt sorry for those kids. They were just kids, and they had to go get ready and play games in front of crowds, and I felt bad for them.
Yeah, man.
I think
Cam
was. I think it's today's Johnny Gaudreau's birthday, man. I mean, and they were unbelievable players for you, and he was incredible. Like,
yeah, he's a great kid. Hey, that line, you could say I tease some guys about that, about who's going to play with them tonight. Well, the whole line, all three of them scored 40 goals, like crazy.
Yeah, but Matthew told me you were the first one to put them together. Like no one ever played them together.
Yeah, I don't know, but Lindy and Matthew and Johnny were a great line. Like that was as good as it. Well, I bet they're the only line in the league that scored 120 goals.
Yeah, between the three of them. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So what changed, man? When you got to LA, did you feel like you had a championship team? Like how long did it really kick in for you that you felt like this team was capable, of accomplishing what they ultimately did?
Yeah, that's another different story too, because Dean Lombardi, who was my GM in San Jose, was in LA with that group, obviously, and they were having a real hard time. And Dean phoned me to ask if he could come stay at the farm for a few days. And I said, sure. They were on a long trip, and he brought a bunch of tapes with him, and we'd watch them, and then we'd watch the team live. on TV that night. And so we'd sit and watch those tapes and just look at it and just talk about, what you thought was, what they could do different, better, and things like that. And that's how that evolved. It wasn't like they were set up to win a championship. They were close, right? And so when I went in there, it wasn't just that I went in there. We traded for Jeff Carter right away, which was huge. And then we brought up Dwight King and Jordan Nolan from the American League, and those guys just made a significant difference to the whole program. You look at what they did, and you do it from January to June that year in about 5.5 months. What they did was pretty unbelievable.
Big, tough.
But a guy like Drew Doughty, man, he said sometimes he would even go home in tears. Like, you grinded on him so badly and so harsh. But then he says, you're the greatest coach that he ever played for. So it's like he loved it. At the same time, he reflects on it and says, wow, he's the best coach I ever had. He really pushed me. So you just kind of know different players who can take it. Is that how you look at it? Hey, listen, I know this guy can take it, so and I know he's got the ability and the potential, so I'm going to try to maximize the potential and get it out of him. Like, what's your approach with those star players?
Yeah, I think Drew was a star. He was a star when I got there. I just think the complete game part of it, understanding the complete game part of it and the importance of it, he grabbed onto that. Like he jumped all over it, but it was hard for him, right? Just, dealing with that. He was used to being a run and gun and rebel and all those things. And he was a great player. That was easy to see. He reminded me so much when I coached Chris Chelios in Chicago in that age group that, and that's what I tell him. I said, you know what, Chris Chelios could play half the game, and you could put him out in the last minute, the first minute, the power play, the penalty kill, and he went head to head against the big guys. I said that should be your whole focus. It's not always just about points and all that. And that's how Drew was deep down, and he still is. He's a great, like Frick. He's still a really good player, and he was a great player. So he's a winner, that guy. You know what? The biggest problem that Drew and I ever had was he'd be pissed off because he only played 26 minutes. And I go, well, Craig, we'll find a way to get you a couple more things, like he wanted to play half the game, which is awesome.
And did you one time where he was a scrambly and all over the place, and he comes off at maybe a 2.5 minute shift, and you're like, no, go to right wing real quick, play right wing real quick.
Yeah, probably, but I don't know. I could have said that, but he never took 2.5 minute shifts either, like that. He didn't. For sure he didn't. I mean, he could play half the game, and he could max it out. That's everything that gets overlooked in those Stanley Cup teams. Those three right D that we had, those guys were awesome players. And that was Drew, Slava Voinov, and Matt Green. You put those three guys on any team, you got a defense.
Yeah, and I don't think he was staying out 2.5. I think he was just all over the ice, and you're like, hey, you're gonna be up. You want to be up in the play, then go ahead and
go play right wing.
Play right wing. So I think John Stevens told that story.
Yeah, he did. That's what it was.
So hey, but Matt Green, man, he doesn't get enough attention.
Yes,
I remember watching him during the lockout, 04-05. He was in North Dakota. I'm like, who is this guy? This guy's crushing guys.
Yeah.
And just killing guys. Yeah. And then he brought it to the NHL, too. He was so quiet. You don't hear from him very much, man. I think he's coaching now, isn't he? I mean, he might be an assistant coach somewhere.
He came in, when the Kings made coaching change last year, he came in as assistant coach. He's in their development, on their development staff. He still lives in L.A. He was awesome to coach the Greener Lake, and everybody portrays him as that, that big, strong guy and physical guy and all that, but he was a great first pass guy. You could see the ice make a great first pass, and he was like, anything that needed to be done or said in the room, Green was the first guy in that locker room always. He grabbed on, he understood it all the time.
Let me ask you this, because you won 2 cups, obviously, in LA. You had great teams in San Jose. I'll never forget the Blues win the President's Trophy. You guys beat the Blues in 7 games. That was when was it Owen Nolan who scored from the red line? And Mark Bergevin's throwing the puck into his own goal. Like, it was just a crazy series. And you went to the final with Calgary in 04. That was a great Stanley Cup final, too. But what was it about LA that they had that some of these other teams didn't, that got them over the hump? Or how would you define like what made them a championship team that
Yeah,
separates them from others?
yeah, the Kings team was a better all-around team. It was way closer to the teams we had in Chicago than the Calgary or San Jose teams. I think all the components that you need to win a championship, big, big, fast, smart, all those things they had in place. Plus, great goalie, great defenseman, great centerman. I mean, it doesn't matter. Jonathan Quick, Drew Doughty, Anze Kopitar, Mike Richards, Jeff Carter, Jarrett Stoll. You put those four centermen and that one defenseman and that one goalie on a team right now, that team's taking you somewhere. And that just tells you the guts in the middle of your ice, the friggin' strength you're back in, and the goalie that can every once in a while get a game for you. Our toughest series, when you guys talk about that, was St. Louis, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
We knew, like Chicago was the central team, the defending champ and all that. And we knew in our division out there that we probably would have to go through Anaheim somehow. But our toughest series in both our cup wins, by far, St. Louis, by far. We knew it was friggin' meat and potatoes and slug it out. We knew, I knew Hitch knew me. It was like friggin' every shift was a friggin' something was going on, and those were great series. They were, the toughest part of those series is friggin' coming out and got to play the next one.
I know those, and I want to say one of them. I don't know if it was 2012 or 2014. I think 14, because the Blues were up two games to none on you guys, and you guys came back and won 4 straight.
They were probably really similar teams. I think forget which cup it was when Petro got hurt there, and that really affected that series. He got hit coming. Dwight King hit him coming around the net, and that changed the series a lot. That was in St. Louis. Must have been game 2, maybe.
How was Dustin Brown? Like, was he the true leader? Because Anze obviously is, he'll go down as probably the greatest captain in King. I mean, you got Gretzky, and you know what I'm saying. But I mean, he's a 2-time Stanley Cup winner, and was a great captain. But was he? Had he evolved in that level of a leader at that time when you guys were winning the cups? Like, was it Dustin's team? Like, who was the real leader of that team?
Brownie was the captain when I got there, and the team was, they'd come from way back, and Brownie was drafted and raised in the organization, came up through, and he was the guy who practiced every day, worked his tail off. He was the guy in the gym. He was the guy off the ice that, he was a perfect pro. So he was a legitimate captain, and he would have been on every NHL team. But that team also had, the reason they won cups is it's not just one guy. There's great leadership in that room. I mean, you just talked about Greener and Kopi and Justin Williams and Jarrett Stoll, and it just goes on down the line. Mike Richards had been a captain. Jeff Carter was a great leader. Like, it just goes on and on. Like Robin Regeer, the second cup. Like Jonathan Quick, friggin' stood up all the time. Like that, it wasn't just about one guy. It was that's when you got it. When your team has a chance, is when that it doesn't matter who it is. They're all in a line. And it's not like one guy's carrying the flag all the time. So Brownie was awesome, but there was a bunch of guys that were awesome right there with him.
Yeah, we've had some of those guys on, man. But Justin Williams, like, he solidified his reputation as such a big game player, like playing for you. Did you feel that he had that? Like, what was it about him that allowed him to show up, like in the biggest moments in Game 7s and just get it done?
Yeah, you always see that. You see it during the season too. When there's big moments in games, or when the team's having a hard time, or you're going through a couple of games where things don't work. You're always keeping your eye on the grease of the team and to see what they're doing. And Willie was usually that guy that could make a difference, make a difference in a game without getting noticed. And he got noticed more in the playoffs because he scored them big goals. But he was a grease guy, and he was a demanding guy too. Like, he'd get mad when things weren't going right, or if somebody wasn't doing something right. That's how he was. He was adamant about how he should play and how the team should play. And, it showed itself at playoff time.
Yeah, it's such a veteran team. And everyone makes, fun and has fun, the fact that they locked you out of the locker room and all this type of stuff, man. I mean, do we make too much out of that? And for you having a veteran team, you just kind of let them do their thing? Like, how do you reflect on that story?
Yeah, well, that's how you win championships. You can win one once in a while and get away with certain things, but you try and do it over and over and be a contender. The coaching staff better understand the room and let them have their room a lot. And because that's the way it works. That's the reason they're champions. It's not like they need somebody always taking them by the hand. I mean, it's really not hard to figure out. You put yourself in the room, and when you first get to a room, you take it away on them. And then once you know they're on their way, then you give it back. And all you need in place is your total commitment all the time, and how they practice and how they take care of themselves, and then get a break here or there and stay healthy and make sure you're getting ready to win a championship.
Yeah, a few more minutes. We're gonna let you go, man. You've been
Darryl,
great.
you're the man.
But I do hear, Darryl, that you gave great pregame speeches before they'd go out for warm-ups and stuff. Would you prepare speeches? Is that something like you did a lot? Like, do you feel like you were a motivator, a pump-up guy in terms of how you address a team before the game starts? Like, how did you approach talking to the team before the game?
I think depending on who you're playing, what happened the last time you played them, how you played last night, how you practiced this morning, what do we got to do tomorrow, all those things. There's times where you can touch an individual. There's time you got to touch the group. There's time you got to touch on the other team. There's lots of different methods and ways of doing it. And believe me, if you're right, more than half the time you're doing a hell of a job. And if you're not, then you better enjoy getting your check every 2 weeks at home when you're not coaching.
Do you like the game right now where it's at? I mean, I feel like even those 2012-14 teams, big, tough, strong down the middle, great goaltending. I mean, that's kind of what the Florida Panthers have been, the past couple of years as well. These winning teams, they're big, they're strong. I mean, I feel like the game is in a pretty good spot. What do you think?
I think it's an awesome spot. I think these young guys are unbelievable. These kids are coming in 18, 19 years old, and they're ready to roll. They're so much more schooled and trained in the whole mental, physical part than we were at that age. Like it's dramatic, and these kids are coming in and knocking guys, right out of the blocks, taking guys' jobs, and I think the league's in a really good place. I think what gets, you can look back over, just go back over the last, whatever it is, 10 cups, you go back to it, that, there are constant reminders in there of how you win championships. There's a regular season team, and then there's a playoff team, and you have to be able to do both and play both. And it seemed like when you said that about the Kings, about being this big, tough, strong team, well, they were also the friggin' fastest team in the league too. So, and they had. And the components of what it takes to win is zone time, puck possession, and shot volume. Well, the teams that lead that, they're going to win championships. So, so it's not, there's so many of these theories and sayings that people use, like dump it out, dump it in, chip it, all those things. Well, still the most important part is the puck, is the team that has the puck the most. So, I mean, I don't know if you, Cam, if you remember, but we were kids, we used to carve our initials in our pucks. So nobody took the puck away from you. If somebody took your puck with your name on it, you went and pounded the hell out of them, right? So if they would have wrote if they'd have put LA Kings on those pucks and put it in the corner, I'll guarantee you we would have got the puck. So that's the difference. You look at Florida, you look at those Tampa teams, like you wouldn't say that Tampa was a big, strong, any of that. You'd say they're friggin' puck hounds, and they played the right way and they played together. You do it like Chicago's like that. You need great players, but the common denominator in it all is we got the puck a lot more than you, and that's still has to be the focus.
Hey,
Controlling the game.
You coached a lot of Hall of Famers, but like Dion Phaneuf is a guy that just, he won the Calder, I think, his rookie year, right? He came out and just was unbelievable with you. You had Jerome McGinley, obviously. How did those guys impact you as a coach?
Yeah, I'd known Dion a long time. He played for Brother Brent in Red Deer, so I'd known him since he was 15 or 16. So I'd known him for. We drafted him obviously out of Red Deer, which is an hour from Calgary, and actually we got him in the draft in Nashville. That's a pretty good first round. Look at that. Take a
That's
look
not
at that
bad.
one.
It's a great
Yeah.
draft in general, that 2003 draft. A lot of
Yeah,
good players.
But you know, so it was easy for him to slide into an Alberta team and become a really good player there. Drome was there when I got there, and he was just coming into his own. I think he'd already won a Rocket, but you know, he was still, that's what he was looked at as a goal scorer. But then he became the package, the captain, he was the lead. He was the clear leader of that team. So they're both awesome guys, and I still hear and see from Dion quite a bit. He goes between LA and back to the Maritimes, so it's good to stay in touch with him.
Hey, you were a GM as a coach. I don't know if anybody will ever do that again. And we've seen coaches go from being a head coach to try the GM thing. We saw Barry Trotz do that. Like, it's hard, man. Like, is being a GM harder than people realize? Like, what's the harder position, GM or head coach?
Yeah, I think it's changed so much. Like, that's a question that's meant for ask once a decade, because the way the game's changed in terms of salary cap and player movement and players' rights, things like that, it changes immensely. So, when I was that young GM in Calgary, that was before and during a salary cap, right? So, we were a small market team. You're spending $30 million in payroll, while Detroit and the Rangers were spending 80. So, in a lot of ways, it wasn't fair. So you couldn't even, you weren't really working with those teams. You were working with teams that were within your bracket. So that would be the big change from GM to GM now, where, there's, most teams are going to have to spend an $85 million to stay competitive. And so that would be the big change. The only thing that's one of my biggest regrets, so, was doing both, because I didn't think it was right for the players. I thought that they needed more from me as a coach and less from me as a general manager, to be quite honest. And if I had to do it all over again, I would have coached a couple more years before I did that.
Interesting. Hey, so you mentioned that, like, hey, the Calgary should have seen it coming. Johnny and Matthew, they were going to move on. Huberdeau comes to Calgary. He had 115 points in Florida. Did you know right away that, like, it was going to be hard for him to match that type of production in Calgary? Or were you expecting him to be that guy? Like, why couldn't he reach that level with the Flames, you think?
Yeah, I think that, first of all, the first year was probably he was probably in shock. I don't think he ever expected to get traded out of Florida. And being from Eastern Canada, I don't think that Western Canada was necessarily his cup of tea, or would not have been his choice if we had a choice. So I think those were the two big things. And I think just getting off on the wrong foot in it all was a big part of why he is where he is. I think that, say what you want, Matthew Tkachuk is a stud, and that would be the trouble spot and all that, because, as you know, in a small market, the fans have a lot to say in terms of when they're analyzing players, and they do a pretty good job of it. So, Jonathan's had a tough time there, and quite honestly, I hope he can bounce back, and because he makes a lot of money and they need him to.
Yeah, man. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. All right, so when's that book coming out? Is it not coming out till October, or when does it come out?
Yeah, I think it comes out right before Halloween, I think. 20th October, something like that. I'm not sure.
I got one last for you, Darryl.
I know when it comes out. I think I'm taking my son to Nashville because we're going to a concert there.
How is Chris doing? I meant to ask that earlier.
Chris is a 10. He's so caught up in the baseball race right now that, like, he can tell you, now the trade deadline's over, he can tell you who's going to do what and what they did, and friggin' who should be in the lineup tonight. And oh man, he's Blue Jays first coming back here, but he's still, like, from living in LA. He's a huge Dodgers fan too. So that was always his dream. Was he got it last year? Hey, Dodgers, Blue Jays World Series.
Yeah, that must have been kind of fun for him to watch.
Hey, I got to ask you this. My last thing for you. People always look at you and they see like the intensity and, you know, the seriousness. But then you talk to the players and like, yeah, he's super intense, but like he really cared about you behind the scenes. He knew your kids' names. He knew the families. Like, how do you want people to know you or remember you as a coach versus maybe what they saw behind the bench and in the press conferences? Like, how important are all those relationships you have with your players?
Well, all the coach has got is his resume. So, all I say is, you win multiple championships. You coach 200 over whatever it is playoff games. You do it for friggin' a long time. You friggin' win how many games? I said, no, I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less. They thought I was friggin' from Siberia or from Australia or any of that. Like, it's just strictly about, they don't even know who you are, half of them anyways. They just say what somebody else said. So it doesn't even bother me. We're thankful to have been in the game as long as we've been and done a lot of good things and won cups and be able to visit with people that are still in the game. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
I get that.
And I love, man. You could live anywhere you want, but you go back to Viking. What is it about
Viking,
Viking
baby.
that you will never leave and that you're going home, man?
Show us a panoramic view. Show people how beautiful.
Show the panoramic view.
We
I don't
look
know
at
if you guys could see it.
Oh my God! Yes, we can. It's unbelievable.
And who's cutting that grass, Darryl? Tell the people who cuts that grass.
Well, we take turns, but I don't get paid for my turn.
Oh man! See,
So
sometimes
that big red building in the back, I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, you can.
That's the barn.
That's the barn we played in, yeah.
That's the church, baby.
Hey,
Yep.
What concert you going to, by the way, with Chris?
Oh, he's actually a local Alberta guy who's getting to play at the Grand Ole Opry for the first time. His name is Gord Bamford. So he's a friend. He's a friend of ours. He's a friend of ours. So we'll go there.
Hey.
Awesome.
And last thing, like, what are you most proud of about your last name? Like, to be a Sutter. Like, what do you think a Sutter, like, what does that mean to be a Sutter? And you've had other ones who have played in the NHL, like after the brothers, Brandon played for a long time. Like,
Yep.
but what does it mean to be a Sutter?
I think just showed up every day, earned our keep, and respected the game, respected each other, respected our teammates, and thankful for it. It's what we wanted to do since we were little boys, so we were allowed to do it.
I love it, man.
Love it too, Darryl. You're the man.
You're the best, Darryl. We appreciate your time.
We do.
And we'll be telling people about the book when we get closer and
We'll pump it up for you.
And I want a copy.
Cheers.
I want to listen to you reading it to me. You're gonna read it to me.
Bedtime
Cheers.
story. Hey, see you, Darryl.
See you, Sudsy.
Nice
See you
seeing you, buddy.
guys.
Take
See you,
care.
bud. Thank you again.
Bye-bye. All right, that was Darryl Sutter on the Chemistry Podcast, presented by Stiefel, where success meets success. So I like what he said. He'd come back and coach if he was going to coach in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I go,
I would do the
agree
same
with
thing.
him.
Like, if I was a legendary coach like that,
So would I, dude.
like, I'm not traveling all year long.
No.
Just let me know. Give me a good 6 to 8 weeks heads up so I can really study the team and study the division, study potential playoff opponents.
Sure, exactly right. Yep.
You know what I
give me a
mean?
heads up so I'm like ready to rock. But he said that it's just too much. He's like, he's getting older. He's
Mhm.
still like a cowboy. Imagine that, like saying that coaching's too much and he's on a fucking farm cutting grass, doing all kinds of
Yeah.
crazy stuff. It's just a lot. You're watching video all day, every day. You're
Mhm.
gone all day. You're at the rink for 14, 15 hours.
All
Like,
these
my
people
God.
reporting about him potentially taking the Oilers job, and then he tells us he never talked to him.
Just shows you. Andy,
Like
it just
what?
shows you.
They were like, Brian Sutter or Darryl Sutter could be a candidate.
Oh, yeah. Who'd you talk to? You talked to Darryl? Oh, no. Of course not. Well, then who'd you talk to? Brent? Come on.
That's unbelievable.
I know. Well, Darryl, would you talk to Darryl? No. Well, what the fuck?
What's your favorite story?
I
that
liked how
he
he
kinda
called. I liked
talked
how he
about?
called out Canada a little bit. He's like, I don't blame these guys for leaving.
Oh, he said that about Johnny Hockey
Yeah,
and
and
when
Matthew.
we recorded this on Johnny's
They're like,
birthday.
they were miserable
so
up
big
here.
shout out to Johnny Gaudreau, man. His birthday
Yeah.
obviously was the other
They
day.
were miserable up here because Canada was fucked up. and they wouldn't open up anything, and you're stuck all day when everybody else down in the United States were fucking cruising, going to school and stuff
Right.
like that. You fucked up.
He's like, they wanted to go home.
They want to go home. You're in prison up there. And he
Mhm.
said it. And he's Canadian. He's Canadian through and through. So don't chirp him.
Right.
He's just a realist, dude.
But he's just back on the farm, dude.
Back on the farm. You know, COVID fucked up Canada bad, man. You know? Thanks, Ouchie Fauci. You fuck.
Oh, jeez.
Don't even get me started.
No, see,
No, I can't do it.
you're gonna get the thumbs down
fucking-
award.
Don't care. Give me thumbs down. Good God. You babies. Fucking shit.
You're getting the thumbs down
Fuck.
award.
My God. Andy liked COVID.
No, well, oh my God. I didn't like COVID.
Andy, you said what you said, and I called you out. And that's all good.
I like going for walks with my
Now,
wife
we
every
don't
night.
need to rehearse
and
it again.
Drinking vodka
We
on my
don't
porch.
need. You could do that every night. God.
And smoking cigars. I got.
You can't smoke cigars now?
I was like, I got so into. I had young kids.
You couldn't even go buy cigars.
Like just bonded with
Shit.
my family.
You can bond with your family now. Shit. Lori's on a fucking road trip with Ty. Like they're bonding. You need COVID to bond with your children? Come on. That was a dumb thing to say.
Well, I
How
wasn't
dare you.
saying it was good
No,
for the
you
country.
You
and it was
said
good for the
what
world.
You said,
You
said it was good for
misinterpreted
you.
it.
You said it was good for you. I'm like, cool.
Well, that's the thing that we
It's
disagree on.
good for you. I had a great time. Motherfucker.
That's not what I said.
Yeah, you did. Maddie. He knows.
Maddie, what'd I say?
Matt, did he fucking say that? COVID was great for
No,
me.
I didn't. I was like,
Me and my family got to hang out.
I was like working out all day.
Oh, jacked.
And
He was
then-
jacked out of his
and
mind,
then
working out all day.
We
Like
did
what?
have a routine, and then I'd pour a
Andy,
cocktail and
stop.
sit and watch Trump's
Stop.
press conference.
Stop. Just stop.
Okay, I'm
No
just-
one cares. No one cares. We're chirping
You're
a little
bringing
bit.
this up
You don't
again.
need to fucking talk about I had a cocktail. We all do. Jesus. Mother of God. Go.
But it was terrible for the
Go.
country, and one of the worst situations we've ever had.
Thank you.
I'll tell my grandkids that.
Okay. Go. Keep going. Don't lose track. You're doing pretty good. Don't lose track. Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Fuck.
The Minnesota Wild, man. I'm not trying to. Hey, you guys maybe, and you will be great because you got Kaprizov, you got
Maybe.
Boldy, and you got Quinn Hughes. But
Should.
I don't think playoff great
We'll see.
because all these little guys. I'll say this about all these little D-men, whether it's Quinn Hughes, Lane Hudson. Give me another little
guy?
guy floating around.
Because
Because there's not that many. Everybody's like, oh, little guys can play in the NHL today. I'm like, no, there's not many.
No.
Not many drafted. Go look at every team's group of defensemen. They're all like 6'3", 6'2".
Look at the Blues.
6'3", 6'2", 6'2",
Gigantic.
6'3", 6'3",
Yep.
6'3".
Yeah. Look at Florida.
So, yeah, Lane Hudson, these guys are like unicorns.
Yeah.
Quinn Hughes, unicorn.
Sure.
But in a playoff series, it just takes one hit, man. And they run these guys through the fucking wall.
Run you through the wall, dude.
And they're donezo.
You'll scrunch.
They can't even survive, really.
No, you'll break your sternum.
Gerard,
Man,
he was
Gerard.
another one.
Just like when
Broke
Barbie.
his sternum.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that hit behind the net from
Eric
Barbie.
Carlson, remember they beat the shit
Beat
out
the
of him?
fuck out of him, dude. He was like
He
on
couldn't
one
even
leg.
get through the series.
No.
So Cale Makar is like, what is he, 6'1"?
He's big. He's
Like
He's a lanky
he
guy.
skates like those guys, and he's got size.
and he's got size.
That's why I think he's the best in the league.
Yeah, I agree with that still. I think a lot of people agree with that. I think he's ranked number 1. They have the rankings all out now.
Yeah, I know.
Top 10.
I
left
was
wings.
maybe going to bring those up. Who's your top 10?
Top 10 what?
Right wingers.
Fuck. I'm gonna have to go through the list, man.
But the Minnesota Wild, I feel like they finally have you excited. Like, you know, they've always had these teams that are good, and they just really have never just.
Well, they never really had superstars.
And now they've got them.
They
So
didn't-
the expectations are high for Minnesota.
Good.
And
they should be.
They've got no centers, no center depth.
That's a problem. We talked to Darryl about that.
They got Eriksson Ek. He did say that.
Oh yeah, you gotta be.
He said about Minnesota.
No, well, he said this is how you win championships. You see our centers in LA, who we had, like boom, 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 boom.
I was
That's
looking
how
at
you win
their centers
championships.
today. Eriksson Ek, and then they have Hartman, and then it just Treinen, and like it just kind of goes.
Ooh, yeah, I
That's
know.
not like high end.
Center runs the show, dude. Like
you got to have dynamic playmakers.
Well, you got to have the
in
puck.
middle.
What'd Darryl say? We had puck possession more than anybody
and
else.
we were the fastest team on the ice.
We were the fastest team on the ice, and we got the puck and we held on to it.
Yeah.
That's why we won. We had puck possession, and it starts at center. Because why? You win the goddamn draw, and you hold on to it. Kobe fucking wins draws. I love him. He's gonna have a statue. Goddamn right.
Yeah.
Kobe, what's up, baby? Get his ass on.
I know.
Seriously,
You need to get his ass on.
I know.
Kopitar, he's the best.
He's unbelievable. Doesn't
right.
say a word. Doesn't bitch. Doesn't do anything. Just fucking wins.
I hope you enjoyed this edition of
Yeah.
the Cam and Strick podcast, brought to you by Stiefel, where success means
Success.
success. Firstform.com/Cam and Strick. Use our link and use it today. Order anything you need.
Anything.
Let us know what you like the most. I'm just curious. We'll promote it. Firstform.com/Cam and Strick. Do that and do that today. Blue Note Roofing. 314-920-5713. Call David Novak today.
Davey
Gutters,
boy.
soffit fascia.
Fascia.
Siding.
Siding. Gotta have it.
Roofing, baby.
All that.
314-920-5713. 1-800-GET-WINDOWS.
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 Baby.
Window
We're
World.
Window World
Window World.
Studios.
Yeah. Window World.
Gotta love that.
Dang right. JB, what up, homie?
Jim Butler is your Chevy powerhouse.
Chevy Powerhouse.
Get yourself a new truck, 0% financing
it's a good
for 60
feeling.
months.
It's a good feeling to get a new
no
truck.
payment for 90 days. Are you kidding?
Lord.
They got every color in the world.
What a good feeling.
Whatever you're looking for.
I
they
love
have.
my truck so goddamn much.
That Silverado.
God, I love
It's
it.
sick.
Always gonna have a truck,
I'm
dude.
probably gonna look at some.
And
trucks.
all my
I'm
buddies-
gonna look at some trucks
No,
today.
you're not. All my buddies are like, fuck, I'm getting one now. They want all
Oh,
one.
they all want one.
Hell yeah. Boy, Wesley, all of them. They're all
I
seeing.
saw give Wes a shout out. I saw him the other day. I
Yeah,
think
that's my
Patty
boy.
gave him a shout out.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did.
I love that, man.
Yeah. I love
Yeah. So Window World 1-800-GET-WINDOWS. Jim Butler, your Chevy powerhouse.
Spas and more. It's gonna get
Who puts
cold.
the yeah. Who puts the eye in spa?
Spas and more.
Angie Hess. What up, girl?
It's gonna get cold.
Hell yeah.
Okay, you
2
want
locations. Get that hot tub.
you want that hot tub?
Get the sauna. Get the cold plunge. Get all 3.
All right, get
all
a pool
3.
or get a
You
fucking
get,
Michael Phelps
they
pool.
got the Michael Phelps pools.
I mean, come on,
Those are sick too.
badass master spas. Psh,
Easy Tiger Cannabis. EasyTigerAZ.com. Check out the website. Talk to an expert right now. You're dealing with
Damn
pain.
right.
You're dealing with any type of sleep issues. They've got something to correct it and help you.
Yeah,
All right, we appreciate Maddie each and every week here on the Cam and Strick podcast for helping us here at Half Coast Studios.
love you, Maddie.
And everybody else who listens and tunes in, man. Hockey season will be here soon. We go 12 months year-round, baby, here on the Cam and Strick
Let's
podcast. I hope
go.
you enjoyed Darryl Sutter. Another shit kicker coming next week as well.
See you, dudes.
Have a great week, everybody.
Yerk! Let's go! Cam's a shit kicker, 2 bombs in the lead. Soul Dragon crew, there's no time for fatigue. And he's a shit talker, stirring up the show. Never played a shift, but he's ready to go. Mic check, 4 check here.